I think it's an opportunity.
Well, I think it's a weakness that could be an opportunity is what I would
That's a good
probably
one.
say
Yeah.
after thinking about it, so.
So,
But, you know, my sense, like taking the county, I don't get the sense that the county doesn't want to be involved. I think that the problem with the county commission is they all have their own constituencies that they are trying to deal with. And they're not all, you know, Mark's dealing with ranchers out here and county roads and things like that. Crunk's dealing with the village, Samantha deals mainly with the village, and so there's just a different focus on the way that kind of goes, I guess. And so, but how do you get them all to align so that they understand, you know, Proctor's definitely has to have seen some of the impact in Capitan with housing and stuff, because Capitan has, you know, a lot of our issues have, you know, gone to Capitan to deal with, and so, but how do you get them all on the board? So I think it's an opportunity. I think you just we have to do some education to get them there.
so a combination of what we can redefine it, so we can have, cooperative engagement as the weakness, and maybe we have community engagement or stakeholder engagement as the opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah, is that okay? All right, so I'm gonna pull this one off. Put it over here. Lack of workforce, weakness, threat. Weakness?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think it's
weakness.
both.
I think the population is, maybe not here, but it's available if we had the resources that they need to make
Yeah,
this home.
that's why it's a weakness.
So that's why I'd say it's a weakness. Well, y'all just agree with me?
Yeah, I think it's a weakness as well. I think it's something
Solve the housing
we might be able
problem.
to change
We
down the
eliminate
road
the
if we solve the housing problem.
Okay, so let's, everyone okay if we move into weakness for right now, not a threat?
That's fine.
And then we'll, okay? Lack of funding, threat or weakness?
Because there's always opportunity to go after some grants. That's what we told you. We got $1 million hopefully coming from congressional desk for you, Mark.
Oh, good deal.
And I get to go do a presentation on Tuesday,
And Mike will be up there county commissioner.
So
asking for $2 million for housing.
are we talking about lack of government funding? Is that
No, just, yeah.
funding?
So let's talk about that parking project. That could be funding, so coming up with an opportunity, but we're missing the money, right?
I think it's a
We're missing the money.
weakness,
Weakness,
probably.
weakness, Brett, who's there?
I don't know if it's a threat if we're getting money and just not doing anything with it. I mean,
Okay.
so,
So it's a weakness.
Yeah.
Or an opportunity.
opportunity, yeah,
Okay.
be positive.
Legislative issues. Brett, weakness. I think it's a threat. That's a legislative agendas, legislative issues, I think are threats. Because no matter what we do, it is very difficult in our situation to advocate for a legislative benefit, right? Red dot, Lucy. I mean, that's the reality of it. And so,
We can't even get our fair share from up there most of the time.
that's a big issue. I don't wanna get into that. So, but I do think there's opportunities if we build those coalitions to work with this, but I do think it's a threat. I would recommend that, but I don't know what you all say.
I mean, there's an opportunity there, but just look at the amount of resources that we're throwing at the Hermit Peak versus us at the McBride. I mean, it's disgusting. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
So if we leave it here, I think we need to come up with strategies to address this in a non-political manner. Right?
Good luck.
Yep, purple.
I think there's ways.
I agree too.
I'm always a half glass full kind of person, or at least in solutions. Interest rates, homes, increase threat?
It's reality.
Yeah.
Is this a big enough issue? Does it go under another subcategory? Does this go under housing in general and we can subcategorize it?
Something, like I said, it's just reality. There's nothing we can do to really change that. It's gonna keep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a threat,
I
but
think it's a
I
threat.
don't know if we can lump it in with anything else, but,
Yeah.
but it's really out of our control.
Yep.
Interest rates, I mean, how do you get around that?
Well, and not just interest rates, right, but property values.
Right.
They're just
Yeah.
gonna appreciate as time goes by, no matter what.
So, some would argue, right, there's some economic models that would argue the more you control short-term rentals, the more you can control the housing markets for true long-term housing. To some degree.
I don't disagree with that.
So, we can address it if we choose to go down that route as a strategy. If we choose not to, it won't be addressed, and we'll just have to deal with it, or we come up with another method to address it. But it's still, there's still gonna need to be a strategy, I think we can at least work with. Yes? So threat or weakness? Threat.
Threat.
Threat, I think.
Yeah.
Threat, okay. So we're gonna leave that one. So we have legislative issues, and we have, do we want to leave that as, housing costs?
You could put it under inflation or economy or something like that maybe,
Okay,
because,
let's do
Yeah.
economy, I like that one. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
I
almost-
like that too, yeah.
We'll do, that one's legislative. Okay, let's just take these.
Econ.
So you can put econ, and then over here, put legislative, and then just switch this to.
Well, since they are economic issues. Makes sense.
Okay, so as far as our formal threats are concerned, what we have now, public perception, natural resources, STRs, land, legislative issues, and economic issues. Right? 6. Are we good with those 6 threats being our overarching threats moving forward?
I think so. I think maybe when we do this, just like we did that, we might find another one, but I think this is a good start.
Not for a little bit things.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Well, that's why I just said what I said. I want to have that caveat, so.
No, I mean, so,
There's room for another one up there.
Yeah,
at
we
least.
got room.
Are you gonna stick it on the window, or what?
yeah. Stick 'em over here. So I don't get in trouble and make them have to clean. Okay, so we got threats. Okay, so next is opportunities.
Ugh.
Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. This time you get, 7 minutes.
Oh,
7 minutes.
I have to go to work.
Let's go do 10, it's all right.
I like 5.
All right, we'll do 5.
Right, Todd?
It's a lot harder opportunities.
No,
when
there's some good opportunities.
You as a realtor would know.
Well, workforce housing. I mean, workforce, it'll increase the workforce. That's the biggest.
Yeah.
But see, that isn't the word opportunity.
Just after. Those are the good parts.
heard,
It is going.
I heard somebody bought it and they're gonna put in a,
Don't stay next to the restaurant.
Barbecue, fried chicken.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
How do we not have a Chinese food restaurant anymore? That's just amazing, so.
Even Yee's, I don't know why they never open anymore.
They're gonna be, one of those like Tito's.
They're going to be what?
Like a H2T or H2.
Oh, really?
Hey,
That's a great place for my kids to spend more money at.
I can only come up with one thing of an opportunity. It's so hard to imagine.
I know.
So
But there-
a fried chicken barbecue place?
It's too
What's
far
going in where Circle J was?
It's
A Mexican food restaurant.
Taqueria?
Is it really?
They're from Carlsbad.
Taqueria.
They have a location there, and they sold their house and they want to move here. It's raining or something.
yeah.
Yeah, something's coming down.
So not, it's like La Patrona or something.
All I know is they threw our Homes and Land and Real Estate Roundup magazine racks away. A lot of people do that. They buy new businesses and they just clean up all that stuff out there. They don't care that they cost several $100 a piece.
Right.
I'm not coming up with
That's where
very
you
many.
need
I feel
education,
bad.
James.
I came up with lots of bad.
I know.
I can't believe it's raining.
No, don't call that rain. When it rains, it's 3 inches of it. This
Because of
is
the,
just,
if we could go in further, like, you know, it allows people that may not necessarily be here. I don't know how we would word that though, because it's cost prohibitive, so it allows people the opportunity to live here in a better type of life, maybe, I don't know.
you know, when we were looking, we traveled the country for 2 years, looking for a most perfect retirement spot that had to be close to military bases. And somebody told us about Ruidoso. We said, Ruidoso, what is it? You know, it was, they said, oh, they have horse racing there. I said, okay, that does it, no. And they go, but if you buy in the other side of town, you won't ever be exposed to it, so. And we looked and we bought in Alto. But I, over the years, have seen this become so explosive.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Let's hope it's not hailing.
We know you're good.
Eat some of that up, there's a bunch there.
I just ordered $200 worth of Golo pills. Well, I get no.
No, I don't know, I just,
He's got some good, I appreciate y'all coming in. I know it's been stagnant, but we've really been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He's got some good stuff, really good possible stuff. In fact, that's why I'm in here. I'm getting pushed from the other side by some independent investors wanting to do some stuff that he's working on. How do we make that happen? The MRA finally brought a lot of that into view, so, anyway. So, I mean, I think we can make some stuff happen. I think so.
We have to.
Did you talk about the 9% deal yet? We haven't talked about. Okay, I'll leave it for all. Because it's nice. It looks like we're finally moving on that, but these guys have done a lot.
he's a great facilitator. He's
Yeah, this
awesome.
is going very,
Definitely.
he's working us.
No, I mean it. I want to talk to you in private in a minute.
You fed us pizza. It's a good thing it came after we ate though, so.
All right, well, I'll get out of here.
If you feed them,
Okay, so
they will
back
come.
opportunities. We started with Cecile last time, so.
The only thing I have,
Well, I'm gonna start
okay.
with Deborah. We're gonna come back around
Okay.
this way, so.
Controlled and developed growth.
Controlled and developed growth.
it's
Anybody
good,
else?
it's very good, I think.
No, planning also falls under that. No? Okay. Controlled and developed growth. What's next?
Increased workforce.
Increased workforce,
I have that one.
okay? Increased workforce.
I stole it. Mine.
Oh, did you look over there? I cheated.
He told us not to talk about it.
So we have a workforce here, of workforce and increase in demand for property employees due to tourism, increased workforce. Yes, so I'm gonna combine those. Opportunity.
Use abandoned and rundown properties.
Okay.
That's good.
Abandoned, okay.
Yep.
Anyone else with that?
That-
Abandoned,
I didn't
rundown
cheat.
properties? I didn't cheat.
I have it too.
You do? All right.
I didn't think of that one until the mayor came in, and I don't know why he made me think of abandoned and rundown. That was all I had.
Would land ownership be one of those for, the village does own land already, don't we?
They own lots, I
I
think.
would say land bank or lands. So let's hold off on that one.
Perhaps resources.
Resources, good.
So I'm gonna jump to James and then we'll go down the line.
So, developer, private industry opportunities, as
Okay.
far as bringing people in, like Lynn was just talking about.
Public-private You got public-private partnerships?
I think I got that on my other sticky.
You did, I will put it over there. I have it over there on that one.
Maybe that's that one, cause
That's good.
restructure the state.
Incentive programs,
Yeah. The only reason why I say, cause that's gonna be a public-private if you do it, but it's up to you where you put that at, so.
okay, yes, you sold me on that. We have a public-private partnership here. Anyone else?
Well, I'm going back to, like it was, is resources. I mean, we have the resources to do this stuff. I'm not gonna have anything when you, but that's my turn.
So I'm gonna go down the line, just so that, because, and this is the reason we're doing it. Every person that starts spurs a different idea. And so when you get all of their information, this is the thought behind the strategic planning piece, right? Whenever I go down each one of yours and we go to the next person for the next item, it makes someone else think about something the next time around.
Yeah.
So, I promise, I apologize.
Oh, no. They steal my material though.
They do. You know that we're all like-minded too.
Okay, so, it will create more job opportunities. Places like the college and hospital, they don't even put out, RFPs, whatever they're called, because they already know that those people aren't gonna be able to afford to live here, so.
Job opportunities. Anyone else have job opportunities? Okay,
Jobs.
jobs, job opportunities? No, okay.
So, with an increase of workforce, we would bring up the condition of the village and private business services would be complemented by having that increased workforce. I didn't know where to put that either, but I know it's an important thing.
And,
Our appearance would look better to the tourist community, all that, if we had the workforce here. The restaurants wouldn't be
this is good. I'm
closed.
trying to figure out how to.
Allsips would be able to stay open 24 hours like they're supposed to. Things like that.
That's truly economic development, right? So let's figure out how that goes.
And then last would be, allows for people to move here for better quality of life that might not have been able to
Okay.
because of being cost prohibitive. So,
We want to be a destination not for location in the sense of tourism, but a destination location for living.
right,
Quality of
quality of
life.
life,
Quality of
healthier,
life, work, play kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay. Opportunities?
The only thing I got left is revenue tax revisions opportunities.
So I think that one goes with the, he took another one, huh? Okay. Anyone else? No? There was one already over here related to,
Did you say lack of what?
no, it's revenue, opportunities, tax, incentive tax.
I didn't think we had one.
No, I don't think so.
I think you were the restrictive tax incentive programs, and I put it under public-private partnerships.
Yeah, to me, this is more talking about what you were talking about.
Economic development.
Well, or, either restructuring of lodgers tax or redoing the parking like you were talking about, different things like that to raise funds to do things, so,
Different types of funds.
yeah.
And, okay, so I'm gonna put this under this one, which is a bigger piece, and I think these are all funding
Okay.
components. Okay, so you're done.
So
Charles is like, oh,
my opportunity is grant funding, but I have to precede that by saying I believe the village has really upped its game in recent years. I think that needs to be recognized.
she's
but
part of
it's-
the reason, she's the majority of the reason.
I
it's
can
happening,
imagine.
so.
Oh, did she have that too?
She had grants. Anyone else have grants?
No, but it's a good one.
Okay, what do you have next?
Whoops.
I got you.
Collaborative relationships.
Opportunities, collaborative relationships,
Yeah.
okay? Anyone else have collaborative relationships?
We're on the same wavelength right now.
Anyone else? And this is, so we had the lack of cooperation, collaborative relationships. This was a weakness, this is our strength, right? Opportunities.
Strength, yeah.
Opportunities.
No, far from a strength.
Yes, opportunities. There we go.
One day. Last one's public lands.
Public lands, okay? Opportunities, public lands. Anyone else have public lands? All right, Charles, what do you got?
Well, I just had that land ownership as well.
Landowners,
On that- on
okay.
that one,
Oh, public, this goes with public.
Yeah.
What else do you got?
Resources?
Resources. Anyone else have resources?
I don't know why I wrote down tourism, but do you want another
I
sticky?
think tourism is an opportunity.
More tourists.
I have expansion of utilities, is that resources or not?
Yeah.
I would say yes. Infrastructure was on our,
I think we said weaknesses.
it was a
didn't we?
weakness. Or, yeah, it was a weakness. So this is an opportunity, expansion is the opportunity. So we're good there. What else? Sam, we're back to you.
I just, the political willpower.
Political willpower. Anyone else? Good. Okay. So which ones do you have?
Being able to build affordable housing. That's, for me, it's an opportunity to finally have,
Affordable housing.
yes.
Okay, yeah, that, can I have that one?
You guys can help yourself to figure it out.
Okay, affordable housing. Another one? What else? Do you have any more?
No.
Good. All right, so, back to the consolidation. We have a bunch, oh yeah, housing.
So put it up here with the,
Because we had one as a weakness and,
And one-
yeah,
so does this one stay here?
for a weakness, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now, these opportunities, we have, controlled and developed growth, workforce, abandoned and, rundown properties, develop private investments, so the public-private partnerships, create jobs, the new revenue tax, incentive component, raising funds, grants. So here's my question. Funding in general, grants, private funding, special things, you want it as a subcomponent under funding? Or do you want to break them out individually?
I don't think you can collapse those into a single heading.
Funding?
So I'd separate them.
Okay, so keep the grants and the public-private partnerships and,
I just think you lose so much if you can't identify that as a very specific initiative, as an opportunity that's out there.
so we will have initiatives for the subsets. It's not just an initiative for the category.
Okay.
Just so you know that. So they will be linked to some type of goal, achieving that goal. These are our we're creating these opportunities, and what's gonna happen, just so you know moving forward, when we get to the goal planning and the objective planning, well, first you gotta do your mission and vision. Once we get through the mission and vision, then we're gonna create those goals and objectives, and these opportunities, threats, weaknesses are gonna go under those sections to help you create your objectives, and then the goals to achieve those, and then the strategic initiatives. So we still got some components
Yeah.
to do, and not a lot of time to do it. So, more generic, is that okay, if we go the generic route? and
I'm not
then-
gonna kick about it, no, it's fine.
That's okay.
But it just needs to work.
Yeah,
Okay, as long as it works.
I think it'll work.
Okay, so I'm gonna put grants, the revenue tax piece, and I think that is all one. So I'm gonna put this first, and we're gonna put funding now. I do think this one is important, and we didn't get a lot of them, but I do think that planning is a big part of what's gonna happen with housing. Are you okay with
Oh, yeah.
reading planning is a bigger component?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put the next one as planning. So my next question for you is, are public-private partnerships and collaboration the same thing? Or are they strategically different because one is economic development and one is more group-oriented approaches?
I tend to think they're a little different, just
Okay.
because the one is to getting the other groups, like you said, like the other entities to work with us. And then the public-private partnership is more of
The business side of
the
it.
business
yeah.
side.
Economic.
Yeah.
So let's do, P3 is gonna be the next one. So we're at that here.
P3,
And then, where was the other one? Collaborative relationships goes here.
Thank you.
So we'll do collaborative relationships. Okay, so my next question is, under planning, the use of the abandoned properties, use of vacant lands, use of abandoned and vacant properties. We do this under planning, but it's gonna be a subcategory. Are you okay if I put it under planning for right now?
That's
Yes?
fine.
Okay. Workforce, it's a big piece. It's its own individual piece, right? Opportunity for workforce. Job opportunities and jobs, part of workforce or different?
Seems the same to
I
me.
think it's the same. It might not be exactly, but it's in the same
figure it out.
general
Figure it out.
category.
Yeah.
So does public lands, is that its own separate piece, or does that fall under collaboration? Because it's not a P3, it could be. So I'll give you an example. The mayor came in and said, we have some investors that are wanting to work with us. So we had a meeting with the land commissioner about 2 weeks ago for Moon Mountain. This is a private investment group that wants to come in and develop Moon Mountain, not blow it up into a resort-style piece, but we want to be cautious of what we're doing with the landscape and everything else, but it'll help thin. They want to do some recreational type piece up there, maybe put a lift that goes up and comes back down. But that's a private investment on public lands in the village. So, again, public land use, separate, P3, another part, but it's collaborative, right? Separate, under one of those two areas, what do you all think?
It seems to become unmanageable if we
Continue.
slice that up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so public lands will be its own separate piece. Is that okay? Okay.
When you say public lands, does that include the empty lots that are owned by the village and,
You all tell me. What do you want it to be?
Yeah. Well, if we're looking at affordable housing, then we have land that we own already. Why
So
not?
we can break it up, so under the subcategories, we can break it up into state, federal, and local.
yes.
There you
Yep.
go. That's good.
And then under those, you're gonna have different components, because even under local, now you have village, county, school district, there's a ton of different things private, so we can break them up into those categories as well.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll break up lands into, public lands. Tourism. Separate by itself? So I like tourism under an opportunity for this reason. We just finished, I'm not sure, I mentioned Eddie early on. Eddie just went out and got Xterra. Are you all familiar with Xterra? So Xterra, for those of you that don't know, is the second largest triathlon in the world, first largest for, that incorporates mountain biking and trail running. And so one of the village's goals is to help identify, so we go back to use and all of that other piece, we don't want to flood everybody in here and waste all of our water. We're looking at trying to host quality events over the quantity of events. So if we can still get, and the idea behind that from an economic perspective is, if we can get one event that has an impact of $15 million on one weekend versus 10 events over the course of the summer that has the same impact, but with 30,000 more people, we're helping keep the community in better shape. Now, we're not trying to take away from lodgers or anything else. These people are already here, so we have to figure out how to spread that out. We have really good shoulder seasons, but we want to spread more into the areas of where people are off, where they're hurting in certain areas outside of those shoulder seasons, so we can capitalize on those moments, but create more money that comes into the community so that we're not so dependent on this time and so that it's not a scramble, right? That's why tourism for us is a big piece. Just wanted to let you all know. So definitely an opportunity.
Yeah,
Keep it there?
yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Resources. By itself, somewhere else. What is the resource?
These have resources as a municipality to maybe give tax credits or do more than, or be on the same page as a developer, say, to help them succeed in their projects and
So-
maybe cut red tape and,
Could that go under the public-private piece, or under the funding, or is that separate? Redoing tax incentives, handing out, lands, using the MRA, to me, what you just described, that's what I see as a resource. So it could fall under any one of those things.
yeah.
Or maybe even something completely different under public lands.
Sure.
Yeah, actually,
Resources is spread
it could,
across the
yeah, it
board.
could grow legs on everything.
So what we would like to do, I'm gonna put resource then up here, because resource is really something that goes with all of this.
Right.
Is that an accurate statement? Okay. So tourism is by itself. We'll do tourism here. Expansion of utilities.
I feel that's almost like resources as well. I mean, in a way.
That's one part of it, right? Resources is a part of growing the utilities. So infrastructure, is that, and not just, so what did you mean by that specifically?
Man-made resources like water, sewer, roads.
Under those utilities? Okay. Water, sewer, roads, anything,
I should say like water lines, broadband, things like that as well.
infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
Expansion of infrastructure. Yes? Okay, so let's do infrastructure. I'm gonna take these off real quick.
Are you cold? Samantha, are you cold?
Okay, so we have,
My
Bill?
hair's a little wet still.
have build affordable housing, political willpower, and, quality of life. So, here's my question. Is quality of life under infrastructure, or is infrastructure under quality of life, or are they separate?
I think quality of life is a strength.
Strength? Okay. Anyone else? You would agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes? Okay, so quality of life, I'm gonna put as a strength. Would everyone be okay with that? Okay. What is it, living in nature's playground, backyard?
Yeah.
Political willpower.
Do I explain what I meant?
Yeah.
I just, see like champions of workforce housing, like the mayor, demonstrating tenacity and going after workforce housing in at every angle, whether it be at the state or local.
Is that an opportunity or a strength?
Well,
Well, he's in his position.
I was just gonna
that's,
say-
yeah, that's the strength, is him,
Yeah.
and then he's going after
Right
the
now, it's
opportunities.
strength, yeah.
So, in this current moment, for this document, technically for the next 2 years, it's a strength, right? It may be an opportunity if it goes away, right? So let's list this as a strength, would you be okay with that right now? Okay, strength. Quality of life is a strength. Okay. Building affordable housing, opportunity.
Big opportunity, we
Yeah.
have that,
I think so.
you know,
That's the bigger piece.
that's,
right?
that's the whole thing.
That's why we're here.
Housing.
One other thing that I thought of, and I probably goes here, I guess, is, John Cornelius brought up the issue with the, domicile,
ADUs.
is that what it is?
Yeah, accessory dwelling.
Yes,
It's what?
and it's not being used really
Right.
anywhere.
Sorry, can I?
So the village passed basically a mother-in-law's ordinance and stuff that you could build, a mother-in-law's apartment or whatever
Oh, yes,
on
yes,
your
yes.
existing property, but really no one has taken advantage of that as, as far as I know of, I don't think
That's
there's
right.
been much. And so is that, is
That's
that
an
an
opportunity.
opportunity?
Absolutely.
For us to
an
expand
opportunity.
housing by people doing that?
Okay.
The,
What does that ordinance consist of?
Yeah, how does it read? Is
In
it?
an R1, you can have an accessory dwelling unit, so like a mother-in-law's quarters upon conditional use.
So does it have to be specific to a
Mother-in-law or
family
family.
member?
No,
Or,
it just has to be long-term.
And in there,
Just long-term?
Is there funding for that, or just an ordinance? It's all.
just an ordinance, it's freed up.
It's
No
just
special
an
anything?
opportunity,
Yep.
in the R1 code to allow for that.
because R1's just single-family dwelling, and this would actually make it into a multifamily with,
Yeah.
in that situation. So
Does that fall under, affordable housing?
It could, that's what
Yeah.
made me think of it when you said that. I think it's a possibility of something we just
Can we write
haven't.
that down on a sticky note?
What's it again?
ADU,
ADU.
What does that stop someone from turning that into Airbnb?
And that's what she said, it's conditional use,
Yeah.
Conditional use? for
Amen.
130 days. That's what I just-
along with other things, we can stipulate whatever. That's why I'm more in favor of that completely. The other issue we have with those is, goes back to lending, there's no comps, so it's hard to get loans on, any homes that have more than 2 kitchens in them. That have 2 kitchens. If you have 1 kitchen, it's okay.
Any home or,
Any type of residential building like that, there's just not comps for the appraisers to use,
gotcha,
so it causes issues when we go to get a loan on them.
okay.
There's
Why
a,
my appraisal didn't come in good.
see?
Which is
Sometimes,
good, so.
sometimes what we have to do is remove the stove and everything out of that accessory dwelling unit for the appraisal to come in. So it's crazy how it is
So
right
it's
now.
just like an apartment versus a,
Extra room of the house, right. Once you add in those other things, it becomes an ADU, so.
gotcha, okay. Well, we may have to try and work with that so that they can become those efficiencies.
yeah.
And I've been trying to talk Nathan into coming, his meeting's just about done, he may show up at the end, he's part of our group, and, he'll have a lot more insight on some of those type of things too, if he would show up.
So opportunities, we're good here? Mm-hmm.
You dropped one.
The resource fell off.
As it always does.
What does that tell you? W, weaknesses. Alright, so we're gonna do 5 minutes.
No, just thinking. It's hard some days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm there. This is good, cause I don't have anything. Is this helping you all? I just wanna make sure.
It's very interesting.
We will sound so qualified when we're done.
You all are very qualified. I think you, the whole point you were here is to get this
I
done.
think most of those on there are weaknesses, and I can't remember what any of them are.
So we have, lack of funding, infrastructure, lack of cooperation, transportation, and housing. Those are our current weaknesses that we have.
I printed that to show them later. You remember Jonathan at the beginning when he was talking about a piece of land on Royal?
Oh, the, right of way versus the,
Yeah, it's not an actual lot, it's just a huge chunk of undeveloped.
how big is that?
It's large. Specifically lot two, and it's a solar space. Did we just not incorporate it into the subdivision, call it like meets and bounds? It's a
That's
big,
why not.
nice lot. This space, just thinking about Great Wall Train.
Jeez.
A little bit harder.
I wonder what this is now.
Want the overview?
Yeah, this is from the 2018 conference.
22.
We're stuck. We might as well start asking.
I know, I can't think of any. My thinking power went away.
Why'd this suddenly get so hard?
I know, boy, we
Yeah,
just
it
threw
does.
them out on threads, didn't we? And
Yeah, we might as well get started and brainstorm together.
Where are we at? We still got 2 minutes.
Oh, forget those 2 minutes. Just get to it. Get to the
She
point.
wants to be efficient with time.
Get to the point.
Is everyone good to start, or are you still writing?
Still
Ready.
thinking.
They're like,
What do you got over there? No.
Where's the restroom? Right around the corner?
straight through here and to your right. Just so you all know, one of the big pieces that we want to do is make sure that on the affordable housing plan and on the 2018 housing document, we're going to connect some of those things back to the strategic plan so that you don't have to do that work. And so that we're executing some of those milestones, because they are good. We just haven't focused on them, wherever they fit under these categories.
tier 1 to a tier 2 community to be kind of more than I would have been away with that.
I got 4. That was me last time.
All right, here we go. You all ready?
Sure.
Me, actually, you go ahead. Text it. I was texting it. Okay, so weaknesses. I'm gonna start with Charles, because I think he felt left out last time. All of this stuff is
Well, I don't know, weaknesses, I don't know if it's redundant or not, but affordable housing, that's what we're here.
Okay.
Yeah. Relationship or lack of relationship.
Let me grab this one first.
Okay.
So housing, everyone have housing on here, or?
No, I didn't think of that one.
So we had housing over here too.
Kind of underline affordable housing. I mean, housing
Affordable
as a,
housing. So I'm just putting
Yeah,
that, I'm grouping that one in there, but I think affordable housing is a bigger one. Now, with that being said, just a quick aside, this document says that we're still 300 houses, or 300 units of housing short, even with what we have on the market. There's still a lot of housing that's not available, whether it's affordable or not. So just things to think.
I thought, I heard from the last
570.
1,400 is what I heard.
That we need?
570 is what I've heard. That's the revised number, I don't know.
We can double check. So those are the numbers I think we need to update.
So would this go under that? This is a large number of second homes we have that never get used. I mean, they
That
just,
goes under a weakness of housing. Housing is a
Yeah.
goal, and then we can break it
Yeah.
down.
Deborah, you get to wait your turn.
I know.
Well, it was part of your housing, yes. Okay.
He asked for house,
Now there's rules.
No.
I put a relationship or I guess lack of with other municipalities.
Okay,
I have that basically somewhere here.
okay.
Well, no, mine's different. Mine is, competing municipalities for tax incentives. That's separate, huh?
That's
Yeah,
separate.
okay.
But I still believe that's a collaborative issue.
I have community relations.
Let's do that one too.
what about lack of education?
That's a different one.
Okay.
I have
What
that
about
one.
community engagement?
So this is the lack of cooperation here.
Yeah, I think this would be a lack of cooperation as well.
I think community engagement and.
Unwillingness to work together.
Yes.
I like
What about
those.
trust?
Trust.
After
Now
the
you're getting into values. We're not doing that yet. So, what else do you have?
I don't know if this is probably a weak one or weakness, but it affects us, is seasonal tourism,
Okay, yes.
That's a good one.
Yep, no snow, no tourists.
right?
Get all these people here to work and then there's no work because it's slow time.
Seasonal tourism, anyone else?
No, but that's very good.
Location?
Location. What do you mean by this?
I guess we're not, like Albuquerque, you have so many people that are there that you can pull from, maybe access off a major highway, I know 70's there, but,
Okay,
yeah.
so location. Anyone else have location? I think this is good, and it could go to an advertising component.
Location,
Directional
location,
signs, there's a lot of stuff
location.
like that. Okay, so we'll work our way this way.
That's it.
Clayton, what do you got?
I put down lack of public awareness. They understand that there aren't employees to open Farley's 7 days a week, but
Yeah.
they don't understand that it's an issue related to housing.
So I'm gonna put this with education as well.
Sure.
Okay,
Public perception,
yes, I think that's part of it.
so mine would be about the same, getting people's ideals to change. There's
I
people
have
even that don't
Not
think we
knowing all
should
the
be.
zoning.
There's people that don't even believe that the municipalities should be involved with, that it should be a free enterprise kind of thing and that they're taking from it. So public perception needs to be
Okay,
educated better, something.
okay.
Not knowing all the zoning laws.
I think that's awareness and education.
Okay.
We can grab that one here. So this one, I think, is overarching education, and that education component can fit multiple pieces. That's what I think ends up happening, and so, again, those strategic initiatives will have to go out to accomplish those.
Public outreach,
Public out. Okay,
community engagement. Do you
Go
want
ahead,
my trust
Thelma.
now?
They
or-
could almost make its own section, keep
Yes,
going.
probably. We're not doing values. So Sam made half of these.
That's a big one, all of a sudden. It's you.
What's your next one?
Oh, I had incentives.
Weakness, incentives. Anyone else?
Oh, lack of incentives for long-term lodging?
So here's one, lack of incentives for private development.
Okay.
My municipality tax incentive still doesn't count in that?
Yes, I think it does.
Okay.
Anyone else on incentives?
Okay, Todd had to take the phone. So, limited large land for development, and mine would go with that limited space.
Okay. Limited land, limited space. No? I think here we had. No, oh, so just so we know, we have land and infrastructure still. So I'm gonna put land here on this one, so this becomes land. And then we have infrastructure here, that's a weakness. And then just to put these up, transportation and funding, just so everyone knows.
Last would be infrastructure.
Okay, we have one of those.
And I guess mine could go in there too. I have limited contractors to build. Wouldn't that be sort of like the infrastructure?
I would say workforce.
Okay.
But we can, okay, so let's.
No, that was on opportunity.
Yep, and it was on. Well, yeah, oh yeah, workforce is under. Any?
That was it for us.
I didn't, yeah, you got mine.
Infrastructure would,
Infrastructure, okay. So we have another infrastructure here. Okay.
oh, I had,
You're good?
yeah.
What
I
else
have
do you
one that says funding, but I think I
Yep.
missed the
No,
funding.
that was one of the ones that was already up there. So we're here, Okay, anyone else have anything else?
Did James take credit for mine? I just.
Actually, we had two of the same. You must have looked over my shoulder.
I did not.
Okay, so let's go through what we have. Affordable housing, or housing, because there could be some breakups under there. Lack of, large number of secondary housing, so that's a housing component. Relationships with others, that's a huge one. Seasonal tourism, everyone, yes, weakness, we're good there? Mm-hmm. Okay, location? Yes?
I think so, yeah.
When we say location, I guess I'd need to, is it because of, are you talking about like just the distance from being able to draw a workforce like from Albuquerque, El Paso, wherever and stuff, just so
Yeah.
we're just isolated enough that's a problem?
Yeah.
Artifact of a rural location.
Yeah,
Rural, yeah.
or being constrained by.
So do we put rural, or is it the true?
Why don't we just put them both, put isolation and rural?
Okay, we can,
Because there's some opportunities with rural, right?
Lack of airport? I mean, you don't have an airport major, I mean.
yeah.
lack of public awareness, so that's gonna be education, there's a bunch of stuff that falls under there. Definitely a weakness. Infrastructure, definitely a weakness. Limited development, that's, limited space, lack of appropriate, that's lack of appropriate. Okay, that'll stay there. Incentives, yeah, okay, I'm good there. Transportation, weakness, everyone agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, lack of funding, or funding in general?
Well, we don't really know, do we? I mean,
From a funding perspective?
yeah, we could be sitting on billions and we just don't know.
Correct, but the fact that we don't know
It's a weakness.
Okay,
So we're,
Just kind of discussion.
whether we just need to go out and find it,
You
if it's
hadn't
out
done
there,
anything in a
or
long
we like
time.
Which
You
is-
weren't like
Okay.
that.
it's
I just wonder if somebody voiced it.
and then,
That's what I thought.
limited contractors to build, I'm
It's
gonna
all
say
good.
workforce, is that a better piece, workforce? Is that, okay, a weakness? Okay, so then I guess all of these stay, is that true,
I think so.
from a weakness perspective? Alright, so we can write,
quality.
Nathan,
Yeah.
but he wanted to be here super bad today.
Oh, really?
He just had to do the meeting for Alto.
What's for Alto today?
He has his, he's the chair of the finance committee, and they're doing their last in-year budget, whatever the heck.
Didn't he step off the board?
Off the main board.
I thought he did.
Yeah, just the finance.
and then we will do
Nathan coming?
He's gonna try.
If he gets done. So,
education. On all lines, right, so education there. And then
you know, Tom told me the other day that he is writing off
funding,
almost $20,000 per month in short-term rental food and beverage consumption. People come out and they use the members' numbers, and then the members come back and say, we didn't tell them they could use our number, and then the club has nowhere to go to.
That's right.
And they're supposed to look at the picture before they do it.
Well, they're-
Or have
Oh,
a
they
letter.
So
don't?
now we're gonna have cards apparently, is what they're, I guess, they're.
Huh, crazy, that's
You're
weird.
gonna have to present a card and
That's
stuff
weird.
instead of.
Did you hear about Craig and the employees cooking his meal in front of everybody? Somebody went out to the omelet station or whatever it was and it was a pasta night. Made a big bowl of food for themselves. And it was one of the cooks. And the membership saw it. So no
No,
more
I haven't heard
snacking, no
that one.
matter what. You can't, everything's thrown away now.
Education, transportation, courses,
so, yeah, the location.
I just got a sense on Sunday that there's some turmoil brewing out there, so, anyway. We had a great party, though. The hospital party was awesome. They
Nice.
did a great job on it.
We're doing ours out at the track,
Are you?
even though it's been closed for 3 months. So they're opening special for us on Saturday night. So that should be pretty nice.
They can't handle us, I don't think, out there, so,
Yeah, we only got 20 coming. You
Yeah,
guys
we-
had probably 80 or something.
200.
200. Yeah.
So, it was
Alto
pretty-
barely handled that.
They did a great job. It really
Back in the
was.
pavilion.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone good with our weaknesses? Housing, collaborative relationships, education, funding, incentives, transportation, infrastructure, location, workforce, seasonal tourism, and, land availability.
Sounds good.
I don't know what more they can drain out of us.
Alright, strengths. So, 5 minutes.
Our strengths up here, right?
Yes. And just so you all know, we're already starting off with political willpower and quality of life.
Perfect.
Hey, just trying to take all my stuff right there, didn't he? That what you just did?
Strengths.
My strength here is not having them all. I think that's great.
I know.
For selling in the village?
In addition to what the state has already? I don't think so.
Well,
The
some other
cannabis
places
excise
do.
tax.
See, in Colorado, you could.
Yeah.
But you couldn't everything. There were certain entities that you could tax.
Oh, our door prices?
In addition to,
Yeah, so like, the hospital is the weirdest thing to me and stuff. The hospitals, even if you were a district, you could not tax marijuana.
That's a pretty
Police,
bag.
fire, they could tax marijuana. So it all depended kind of, the state
Oh,
had
my.
specific entities they
Happy
were allowed
Halloween.
to tax, so.
Sugar just in
That was in
case.
Colorado.
Thank you. Wow.
yeah, once,
They got a way to get rid of it from Halloween, huh? You've been wanting
Oh,
to.
no, we supply it like once a week to keep us
Wait,
going.
there's one on Gavilan, that's not Village, is it? The new one that opened up on Gavilan? Yeah.
There's another one there?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, I've never seen a car in it at all. They must make, There must be a very high margin because none of them have that many vehicles.
What they do is they have other shops in the state and they use these as their write-offs. It's like money laundering almost,
I
you know?
wonder how many deliver that, some of them offer that courier service.
Oh, wow.
There's lots.
Concierge marijuana.
Like that one, Darren White owns, that's one of the least
Oh, no, I got
distributed in town, but he's got 10 other shops in the state or more than that, so. Ultra Health or something is in Mark Marquez's building on Fifth Street.
That's actually a Colorado company. Maybe they franchised it to them. The Ultra Health's in Colorado too.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I guess it reset it.
I turned it off.
Okay, thank you. Okay, strengths. Start. Here. Why did I stop?
Doesn't matter.
I was first that time.
Here, thank you.
All right.
Pure life on his own.
Oh, no.
He ripped it.
I don't know about that one.
First one. VOR commitment. Okay, so the village's commitment. Anyone have anything like this?
I have village leadership.
Village management leadership.
Okay? Anyone else?
I put well-versed staff and governing bodies,
Okay.
but I also have the workforce housing board too.
I think that comes under this one. Does that go under political will, or is that different?
It's probably, could be categorized together.
Yeah, probably so.
Okay. Sam, you made up half of this one again. That's it, yeah. All right. Next.
For
She
those
said
who have
something
been on
good
this
about
committee
us.
for a while,
Inertia.
they will all recognize that we went through a long, very stagnant period. So, some activity, recent successes means that now there is some inertia and there is a body in motion.
Anybody else? Something similar? Good. Anyone have anything? Well, I'll come back to that one at the end. No? Even the ripped one?
I rewrote it.
Okay. All right.
ENMU Ruidoso.
ENME readers. Okay.
I got it.
That was good.
Anyone else?
No, I thought about it.
Next?
This one goes under your quality of life, nature and beauty, so.
Yeah.
I'd already written it though before you liked to.
Yeah, I've got climate.
Climate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got both outdoor recreation and weather.
Okay.
Oh,
No, you have the same.
Have desirable community to invest /
Okay.
maybe this goes under inertia, it can be either I don't know what you want to say, but community engagement, because we do have a pretty engaged community. They don't always align with what we might want.
I think that would go there. Lincoln County Employers Support.
Yeah. Community? Anyone else? I think this is different than inertia.
Okay.
Job force, would that go in there?
What's that?
Job force, if we had everything in place, we would have a great opportunity for jobs.
So this is one of our current strengths. Do you think that would be a current strength as we see it? So, to support that, I think you could argue that our current workforce is doing like 3 times the work of what we should be doing, and we're still getting it done. So I do think that the workforce is a strength as it is today, in my mind. That would be my argument or my position.
Nope, that's it.
We have the proof of the need for housing. We have the reports and,
So data, information. Anyone have information? Okay. Anything else?
I put the hospital.
Hospital? Okay. Anyone else?
I paid her.
I'm not trying to suck up at all. No. But I wanted to do the chamber.
I have landowners or the Village of Reno.
That's community.
Okay,
And then,
land ownership that we have,
Existing village properties or something like that.
That's, yeah,
that's
it's,
what this one is.
Yep.
Does anyone have anything like that? No?
no, but we can put it down.
then this data to demonstrate the need. So we
Data?
have plenty of data.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put that under this one for information.
Yep.
You know how we could build up our housing trust fund and sell some of those lots out?
So.
Are they
those
buildable
things we have
lots?
to- Strategic initiatives we have to
One of
discuss.
Another strength is we're a tourism destination.
Well, there's
Tourism destination? You got tourism? Anyone have tourism?
You might know a realtor.
Anything else? Nope, okay. Any other strengths or anything we need to combine that you wanna put out here before we start the combining process? No? Okay. Political will. Everyone's a plus on this?
I think so.
Okay. Quality of life. Yes? Inertia? Current movement? Current
Right.
successes? The college? The hospital? I heard someone say no, what was that? I'm just kidding.
The inn should be up there too, though, truthfully.
Nah, no.
Community engagement. That's a strength.
Yeah. It can go either ways, but we do have that section that it's a strength.
No, I
And the
think,
employers are all on board for sure.
I think lately we've all been kind of working together. It helps with that collaborative piece. So it's an opportunity, it's a strength, it's a weakness, because there's still a lot in every category that we can. do.
Right.
Data, it's a big one. Yes? Good, okay. Tourism
Yep.
and current land ownership. Yes? Strength? So all of these are strengths. Okay, so we've done our TOES analysis. So the next thing we're gonna start doing is we're gonna jump into our mission and our vision. And those, we only have a little bit of time for, because we still need to do some of the goals and objectives, and we don't have that much time. But the thing with the vision and the mission, and they're separate, right? The mission is what we need to do, what you see yourself doing. The vision is the bigger picture piece. Where are we going with this? What are we trying to accomplish from all of this? What is our goal? That statement, right? They're both statements, but one is a statement of where do we want to go? The other one is a statement of how we want to achieve it. So, what we're trying to achieve. Yes? Are we all on the same page for that? Okay, so what we're gonna do, you get another 5 minutes. We're gonna do vision or mission first. One word related to the mission, what you think we're doing, write 4 of them. One word on each of the stickies, but you only get to write 4 words.
Oh.
5 minutes.
One word on.
I know, that
each
makes it
one.
hard.
Deal with the thing.
Mission.
We really don't have a mission statement already, do we?
Not really.
No, just a vision sort of from the website.
Kind of. But
Right,
that's
right.
the village vision. that's-
I got it.
Yeah. So specific to housing.
One word.
So you get to write
I like how you're doing.
4. You get to write 4 words.
Can you put them all together to make a
No.
sentence?
Mission.
Mission. Mission statement. You get to write 4 words.
No more, Samantha, quit asking.
4 words.
Such a random number. 3 or 5 or
I can't even come up with one,
Yeah, I
okay?
know. She's done.
I saw
Copy
that.
hers.
Like I said, she put them all, it makes a whole sentence if you put them together.
Do you remember that, what was it, Mad Lib or whatnot?
Yeah.
That used to be.
Those little books.
Yeah.
They have those anymore? I
I
haven't seen them either. There's probably an app for that.
Yeah, definitely.
So just really quick, if you're still thinking, or you wanna change it, just wanted to pull up like our general definition. So a mission statement expresses your organization's purpose, core values, foundational aims. It encapsulates the heart and consciously communicates its primary focus.
Gee,
Starbucks, to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time.
wow.
Kind of an example. So that's your mission. What is our mission for housing? So, it's right, 4 words
You
down.
think Starbucks really believes in one cup, one person? It's one cup, one person, 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got it there at the,
And
at
how
the
to achieve
hospital.
that.
Neighborhoods around the world.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Unless everyone's already ready.
Gee, blank.
So the idea behind this is that in your 4 words, more than likely, you will generate the direction, the value, the encapsulated direction of where we want to go. And we're going to do the same thing we've done, where we group them, and then we'll say, what do you think the best word to describe all of these components is? And that's how you're going to come up with it. And based on those 4 words, we'll come up with a statement. Now, you may come up with more than 4 words, you may come up with 10. And under those 10, you may say, we like these 6 the best. And so that's how we want to draft. We'll write the 6 down, and then we'll work on a statement. You get to write 2 statements after we get the words, and we'll come up with our final statements after that. So it's a collaborative effort. Yes? Everyone good? Okay. Okay, so who hasn't gone first yet? All right, what do you got?
Innovative.
Innovative. Anyone else have innovative? No? Okay. What else do you have?
You want mine, or you want to go
Yours.
partnerships?
Anyone else have partnerships?
I support.
Support how?
I don't really know where I was going with it, it's just one word that.
Hold off on that, 'cause I think
Love
it's
it.
slightly different than partnership.
Build?
Build. Anyone have build? What do you got?
Housing?
Nope. Build? No? Okay.
I guess I'm funding.
Funding. Anyone have funding?
I have affordable, but it's not the same.
Okay.
Golly. I either had the best answers or the worst answers, I'm not sure.
There was no right or wrong.
I'm gonna jump to Sam this time,
Okay.
so she gets a second one. What do you got?
Transform.
Transform, okay. Anyone have transform? No.
We're gonna have 28 different words.
It's okay.
Have to consolidate.
Who knows, they might all
Yeah, better
just go
make some room.
together, so.
Go.
Submission.
You guys might create your own sentence, so we're good. What do you got?
Enhance.
Enhance. Anyone have
Oh,
enhance?
that's beautiful.
I got quality.
la-di-da.
We should have AI'd it, huh? Then we could get some real good words.
Yes, yes.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. Anyone have opportunity?
Dang.
This is the first for me. You guys are now, we just have a couple of overlapping.
And support.
Support. No? Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing. All right.
Quality.
Quality?
Oh, I have that.
Quality? Anyone else? Quality.
Workforce, or housing, actually.
Okay, I have that one.
I got that one. Housing,
Do we get a prize?
housing,
It's kind of redundant, isn't it?
anyone else? Well, it's good that it's somewhat redundant, because that means y'all are on the same page and you're thinking of the same things to some degree.
Okay, then put down triple digit,
There we go.
opposite the whole bit.
Workforce.
Workforce.
Workers,
Yeah,
Workforce, Okay,
job force.
job force, okay.
that's cool. So we know two big words that need to be in the statement now.
Anyone else? No?
And that's what's interesting. Some mission statements are a paragraph long. What I've been learning doing many of these over time is 3 or 4 words is perfect for a mission statement. You can go into your, into your values and everything and explain stuff more, but the mission statement should just be a couple words for sure.
Yes. We're not gonna get to values though, unfortunately, it may have to be a subsection. Affordable.
Affordability?
Yep.
Deborah, come sit over here.
Yeah, I know. We're on the same page.
Affordable? Anyone else? No? Okay.
We're the same tax bracket.
No more?
No more. That was my 4.
Future, we're looking in
Future.
towards the future.
Future? No? Okay.
That's quite a long mission statement.
And probably the most important one is home. That's what we're doing. We're giving these people a home.
Oh, okay. No. Okay,
That's a location.
location. Okay. No one else has any left. What, do you have any more?
Nope. The rest went up there already.
Wow, so.
New York.
Do some trading, I know. I'll trade you 2 for one of them. I'm joking.
We have some more overlap here, right? But what we do see is quality, housing, workforce, and affordability that have come into these areas. So is there anything else? Okay, before I get there, let me say this. So mission statements, while they define all of this stuff, can be one of 2 ways. It can be very specific, almost surgical to a degree, or it can be generic. Or it can be a hybrid, right? You can have generalities and specifics in there so that you're accomplishing, you can tell people what you want to do. As a board, this is your choice on where you want to go. So as we put these pieces together, because we're gonna have to consolidate some, every one of these words can't go in there.
Right.
You're gonna need 4 groups, okay? And if you come down with one word that's relative to those groups, or if it's not a statement, but a few words together, then we can do that as well. So, and that'll help manage our creation of that sentence or of that kind of, it's not gonna be a paragraph. It's more of a statement. It truly is a statement.
The 4 words can go together easily, just the quality, affordable workforce housing.
So we have those 4. So what about transform, innovate, partnerships, enhance, opportunity, build, funding, support, location, home, future? Do you think, so I think home and housing, whether we decide to keep one of those words or transforms can go, yes?
Yep, I agree with that,
Yep.
Okay, so quality is describing something. Are we describing the type of housing or the type of product we want to have? Is
The
that-
product.
I think so.
Quality, product,
Yeah. I
that's
think-
affordable.
Yeah.
I think quality is important is because of the perception of people thinking, oh,
Affordable.
you're gonna be slumlords, you're just, but if we have quality in our mission statement, it kind of,
Ties it all
So what
together.
I want to do then is combine that into that kind of thought process. Does everyone agree with that kind of concept first? Okay, so if that's what quality is, then we do want to transform and enhance that belief that we're creating something quality, right?
yeah.
Okay, good.
I think location too, we don't want to build this and put them out in the middle of the desert.
So I came up with another one, quality housing that's affordable for workforce.
No, one word.
Well, that's all of them put together though.
No.
Make the statement, period, and then we can move on.
So, okay, sorry.
That's sneaky, James.
Location. You think location is part of the quality piece, is that
Yeah.
by it? Okay. Okay, so
I think,
is quality, sorry, one last question before we do that. Is building something of a quality, that product, right? Does build go with the quality of what you wanna do, that building and quality, or is that something separate?
No, I mean, really, that was the first word I put down. What's our purpose? It's to build more houses. I mean, really, and, you know, quality housing is really, that was the whole purpose of that
So
word.
build can go under the quality piece.
Yeah, either that or the housing piece.
yeah,
Or the houses, either one. So you're good, okay. Put it
I see.
under homes. Okay, so now, we have innovative partnerships, funding, support, opportunity, future. Do any of those, do you see any of, so let's go to housing. Housing is the actual product, right? End result. So, the only one I think that can go under that is opportunity, because you're building something and it's an opportunity to build.
yeah.
That's-
Opportunity could either go under housing or affordability.
I like that better. I would rather put it under affordability.
Well, and I think you can put funding under affordability too, because if we can come up with funding mechanisms, we can make it affordable.
Okay? So we're gonna put opportunity and funding both under affordable, yes? Anything
Support
else?
maybe could go there.
Support under affordable? What was the idea behind support? I know you said it was a word you just felt strongly about.
I was probably like meaning to support our working families, I guess, meaning to provide them more of
Quality
So
then.
supporting the workforce or supporting the affordability?
the workforce.
The workforce? Okay, so can I group support with workforce because you want to support them?
Right.
That's
That-
smart,
We're
yeah.
gonna get into descriptions as we do this, so this is helping to define these words, right?
We're trying to define what we as a group, our mission statement is, right?
Yes,
Yep.
correct.
Exactly.
Okay. So you guys have done a really good job. This is actually working out to 4 categories pretty clearly.
Exactly.
So what were the
That's
first
what I like.
3 that are up there? I can't read them
So
from
I haven't
here.
gotten to those yet, so we have innovative, partnership, and future.
Future almost could go under housing, because that's what we're gonna be creating in the future. We're looking towards the future by creating housing.
More housing, okay? Is everyone okay with that? Is
Yeah.
that, who wrote future?
I did.
You did.
Yep.
Is that, so, okay,
Because that's what I was looking at, what we're gonna have in the future. We're trying to look forward.
to building houses.
Yep.
Okay, partnerships. What was the idea behind?
I'm the last one up there, so.
What was the idea behind partnerships?
Well, the idea behind partnerships is, I think is working with, whether that be private entities to come up with solutions, or whether that be other public entities to come up with solutions. It's gonna require a partnership or an agreement.
So do you think in order to make them affordable, as part of our funding and our opportunities, we need those partnerships?
It could go there,
Okay.
yeah.
Again, this is very, very high-level generic stuff.
Okay.
So as you create these statements, this is what we're gonna do. So you can create the 4 statement, or, so you're gonna create statements based on this. We're still on innovative, but you're gonna create statements, and based on those statements, you get to create 2. 3. You get to 1, 2. Is that coming back?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll create 3 statements apiece. We'll create 2 statements apiece, and we're gonna kind of combine those. Innovative, where does innovative go? Does that go under housing, quality, affordability? To me, well, what did innovative mean to you, as far as?
Well, I think we have to be innovative, and I think we can't use the same concepts that are necessarily used in the larger cities that have a very accessible land and everything else. We have to come up with innovative ideas to,
Also under affordable,
It could
right?
be.
To create these. So
I think
it's
almost-
Innovative housing or innovative affordability? I actually like innovative under housing, because you're looking, we may build different types of houses, right?
that would probably be a better
Okay,
place.
okay.
You could almost put innovative partnerships as a separate one, though.
you know, because you do have to find new ways to, I don't know.
I like our 4 sections. Because there's a lot of baskets in there.
We can create one more, I mean, it's up to you all are the driving force behind this. 4 is the general, but we can't have one more section if you think something else can go under it.
We could leave it that.
Yeah? Okay, so, 10 minutes.
So
Two
we,
statements.
we each have to come up with 2 statements.
Using this,
We do this.
Read us the definition of a mission statement again.
Okay. So, a mission statement expresses your organization's purpose, core values, and foundational aims. It encapsulates the heart and consciously communicates its primary focus or your brand identity and approach. It serves as a general guide for your organization. Starbucks says to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time. Tesla, to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. IKEA, to offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing products at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford them.
So our 4 words have to be those top ones, quality, housing, workforce.
Those are the general categories. You can include those. It doesn't mean you can't include it with these in your statements. So you may, for example, want to say to enhance the quality of housing, or to build quality housing, enhancing, affordability for workforce families, or something to that nature, I don't know. You don't have to include all of them, but you can.
Stone material. Build affordable housing.
You got your.
You might start it, getting there.
It is hard. There was easy to do on this one, see that.
You sound like our life coach.
So Clayton, what we're doing right now is based on these areas, writing 2 statements.
Mission and vision.
Well, no, we're gonna do 1 mission, but everyone's writing 2 statements so that we can come up with a collaborative vision statement.
Okay.
Time flies. You can scare the elk.
Are you gonna do this process with every single board? Even like before? Watershed and all this?
All 16 words.
Easy?
The difference between other boards and each individual board is the amount of information or the existing plans that are already existing. I used to charge $35,000 for 3 days to do this.
You go in and do it as like, that's a
So,
good idea.
Wow.
I need to talk to you later. I mean it sincerely.
Well, as a village employee,
I know.
for free, and I'll help you with it.
Yeah, that won't work. I need to hire you.
We can create a collaborative group to help. My goal is to help, I'm gonna do this with
So how can you help us at state level for our strategic plan? We have to update it this year for the Realtors Association.
I could come in as like an in-house person, but for that kind of deal, I mean, unless they let me do it as a side gig, I'd have to create and get on the state.
Mm-hmm. It's a 3-day gig in the spring. I'll talk to you more about it.
Yeah, if you, I have to talk to my bosses.
Yeah, you have your procedure down 100%. I definitely would love to have you do our system this year.
We can talk about it.
You know Tim Karpov?
No.
He did us the last 2 times. He's from Albuquerque. Yeah.
But it's a good process, it's quick. and
It's the best process for sure, because it shows you how you got there. If you look back on where we started this morning till here, or 30 days normally, like you said.
Usually get with that is a bigger document, more formal.
Mm-hmm.
Spelled out.
Yep, yep.
I actually missed this. I used to.
Mm-hmm. I've done it so many times, I was like dreading it, but then now that we've done it, I feel really good about it all for sure. We had a great day today.
I do think it depends on the group that you're working with. That's huge, right? If you all aren't engaged and
Mm-hmm.
And we've been at it for what, 6 years or more?
I was on a meeting the other day with 60 realtors, and the girl's like, okay, there's 5 pages of Zoom participants and nobody has any questions, and usually the realtors are the biggest talkers there are.
You heard me.
is everybody good or do you still need more time?
I need just 2 more minutes, or another minute.
Go on.
She's writing the book over here.
State, not paragraph. No, it's okay. We can go forward.
I'm going to get more water. Does anybody need more water or throw empties away?
I'll probably need another bottle.
Yeah, I will probably need another bottle.
Thank you. You need another one?
I do.
Okay.
I'm good.
And if you all don't mind me being as informal as I am right now, obviously.
Better that way.
We would much rather you be
No.
like that.
Exactly, please.
Yeah,
I like a smaller group.
probably should have had
And
my
the short bus, huh?
glasses on when I was,
She drove the short bus forever.
I don't know.
Did you know that, Michael? She did all of our transportation for a long time.
I did not.
Yeah. She had the Zia.
Yeah, we still do. We struggle with it every day.
I need to talk to you. I think I actually have an approach that would assist with that.
Okay, good. I'll set up a meeting.
Transportation is one of the most difficult functions.
It is. Communities don't realize it's not a luxury. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, especially when we have so many seniors here who want to contain living here, but can't because they're not driving anymore or, yeah.
It's a basic necessity, but it needs to be funded, and it's,
Well, the village has been very good about funding it. Not so much the county or the Downs.
I think that's where we need to get more collaboration on these bigger entities. And yeah, I don't know mine, but I believe that economic development in general within this community as a region, there is a plan, so to speak, to approach it. And I do think it needs to be a regional collaborative. And unless either the village and the county decide to have their proper economic development directors. I know Sam is labeled as that, but the reality is that it's a tenth, what would you say, percentage-wise, of your actual day-to-day? A fifth? A
Yeah.
third? I mean,
A portion.
it's a portion. Unless you have someone truly dedicated to economic development, and that could be a local economic development corporation or a county economic development corporation. I don't think it succeeds. And so so everyone's shooting from the hip to try and make it successful. And in reality, we need a regional economic development plan to try and achieve certain goals.
Ooh, cold.
Thank you.
My 2 cents?
It's funny, in Lake Tahoe, they went for free busing in 2020 in response to COVID. I was just reading about it, but they've extended the plan into 2026 because
Yeah.
it's improved the, efficiency, on-time performance for workers. It's just, there's several paragraphs of stuff, how much better it made it for the community.
Well, and I'm not sure whether it actually says it in there or not, but Lake Tahoe is one of the groups that helps to subsidize other entities participate in transportation as a whole.
Exactly.
So going back to our discussion about engaging the lodgers or small business or whatever the case may be, to say, hey, yes, we're gonna do a portion of this, and we're gonna help find employees for that component. Now suddenly, you have that business. There's a group in Colorado, and basically their association, their Midtown Association, has said, you know what? As part of our issue with dealing with transit, because it's hard to find employees, and we don't need CDLs in some cases.
Right.
We're gonna dedicate one of our employees once a week to help drive the component as long as you all manage it.
Oh, wow.
And because it benefits all of us, we can participate. And now suddenly, they're helping and they offset the cost and it benefits them. And transportation goes all over the place. And you help cross-trade. But that's truly a village approach to how we kind of do that. I think that's a lot. Anyway. 55 seconds.
I think we're ready.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna pull
All that
these off.
trash.
Oops.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I'm gonna put it down. We have quality, housing, workforce, and affordable. So, I'm sorry, what's that? What's your statements?
To develop quality affordable housing. And then the other one, to transform the housing opportunities for the workforce.
Good. Anyone have anything similar to that? To provide affordable quality housing. To deliver quality affordable, okay?
I don't think they're,
Mine are a little bit more,
It's okay if they're different, but in general with this.
I think mine are pretty close.
they're close, but they're a little more, I think.
yeah.
Housing that's affordable, of course. Okay?
That's the only thing I have.
Read my writing. Build affordable workforce housing with quality and dignity for future generations.
Okay.
Can't read my writing.
Yours says
We do it.
future generations. I'm gonna leave it here because I do think that's slightly different. Transformable in housing opportunities. No, okay, so I'm gonna put these two up here. No,
I have working to enhance our community by building quality, affordable housing for our workforce.
okay. Anyone have something similar? Enhance, I saw an enhance up there.
This one's probably
that's-
similar too. Working to enhance our
Samantha's
community
word,
by
enhance.
researching innovative means of providing quality, affordable housing for the workforce.
Okay, two different ones. I think two different. Anyone else? What do you got?
Supporting our workforce, we will develop opportunities to create affordable, quality homes.
Okay, different.
I wrote, the area economy is enhanced by housing that is in close proximity and affordable.
Okay, a little bit different.
Mine was kind of like Deborah's. pretty
Okay.
much, yeah.
If yours is like Deborah's, let me have that one. Let me see that one. Because I do remember you saying that was,
You just leave the bottom part out for future, just,
okay, I still like this one. So I'm gonna put this one here. These are two different ones.
It's a softer word, Todd, using homes instead of housing.
Yeah, I did that
It
intentionally
does.
when I saw
Yeah.
that up there, so, but
That,
this one's kind of like anyway, to develop quality housing for our workforce, we will utilize partnerships to develop innovative solutions.
Okay.
I do like that you used homes, so it does make it a little bit,
Softer.
yeah.
Let's get
Was that, say that again, I'm sorry. I missed it.
The word homes instead of housing.
Okay.
It provides a softer connotation. We're a more touchy-feely. We're trying to provide a home for these people rather than
General housing.
general housing.
That's why I like that word home, that's why I put that up there.
It's not like.
But you didn't use it in your statement.
I know, because it went into secondary, that's why I was sticking,
Okay.
and I was trying to say simple.
Okay, so what we have are workforce, so we're gonna figure out some statements now based on what we're doing, okay? So, quality workforce housing that's affordable, that's an idea. Workforce-based quality affordable housing, also an idea. To provide affordable quality housing, that's a statement encompassing those two ideas. Would you all agree with that?
Mhm.
Okay. To develop quality affordable housing. Does the affordable quality housing provide versus develop? Which word would you pick?
I don't think,
Do you
I'm,
think it's
I'm, no.
Okay.
And the reason why, I think the word provide, going with some of the connotations that the community has, they're gonna say it's charity.
Yeah. That was, at first I thought, well, we're providing it, and then I, that thought popped in my head, we don't want to provide it, we want to develop it.
And I like that one. I think that based on, if you change housing to homes, then I think that goes, you know, because I think you could easily do that.
Providing
We're-
versus developing.
We're developing.
What about building? Because building is both, right? You're gonna end up providing what you build, but developing is building. That's the softer term.
But are we really building, or are we developing the means
To make it happen.
to build?
So, to that point, building can mean multiple things. Whether you build a collaborative to do it, whether you physically build it, whether you build the capability of achieving it, you do all three, right? So, your directions, I'm just kind of throwing these out there. So, build versus develop, two words you gotta think about, okay? And we'll take a vote. So, build versus I got it. I can do that. Okay. Okay, so this is, we are using build or develop quality affordable housing, right? So that's this kind of category. So, working to enhance our community by researching, building affordable housing with quality. So I'm actually gonna move this one over here. Working to enhance our community by researching innovative means and providing quality affordable housing. So you have the first part. The new part is working to enhance our community by researching innovative means. So that's one. Support our workforce, we will develop opportunities to create affordable housing. So the opportunity and innovative is there, right? Working to enhance our community, so this is different. We're enhancing our community, we're not just building homes, we're enhancing the community. So a thought there, because two people have used the word community. I think that's important to understand. To develop quality housing for our workforce, we will utilize partnerships to serve, develop, innovative solutions. Innovative and the solution pieces there again, right? The area economy is enhanced, so the economy is enhanced. Again, affordable and proximity, that's a different word that we didn't use, but that's your location. So the area economy is enhanced by housing that is in close proximity and affordable, okay? So the ideas I wanna pull out of these that I think you have words for, that are important, are enhance and utilize. You guys went back to those, even though they were part of quality, and you still use quality. So you're enhancing the quality of our current condition. And community, that one stands out. So, how do we structure build versus develop? And my next question to you is enhance and quality, you want to use those together? It seems to be something that was a running statement, yes?
I don't know if we necessarily want to use them to describe the same thing, but in the
In the
statement,
same
yeah.
sentence, yeah. And community. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so you get 5 minutes. 3 to 3, one statement in each group. And you get to use build versus develop. Use the word enhance, quality, and community in your next statement. And in a group of 3. So you have to
Enhance,
come up with
quality.
one statement in that group of 3.
Say them again.
So you have build versus develop. You have enhance and quality. And you have community. And you're still using housing and workforce in that area, right? For your statements. Do you just want to split this way? 3 and 3?
Sure.
Samantha needs somebody.
What's that, Sam? I'm using yours.
No, it's okay.
No?
No.
4-3, 4-3. We're good. No, I need you.
You wrote that one.
Wordsmithing, dude.
I'll like develop.
You're the professor.
Me too.
Yeah.
Get to the party.
Oh, do you have a party?
No, this party.
About development.
Oh, man, I
That's what I was
Yeah,
writing.
develop quality,
Yeah, quality.
affordable housing.
Yeah.
I think I wrote that up there.
Yeah, develop quality, affordable housing for,
Affordable
I don't
housing
think we're
opportunities.
really in the
for the
business of
workforce.
building.
Yeah, I don't know.
Develop quality.
Is the,
develop quality, affordable housing
preferable word.
opportunities for the workforce
For the region, for the community.
to enhance,
Community, right, that word's supposed to be in there.
I don't know, not
No cheating, please.
We don't want to segregate type.
To enhance the community,
Yes.
even though it adds too many words, but still, that's not bad.
develop
like
quality,
he's reading
affordable
off my
housing
post-it note.
That
for,
enhances the community.
Yeah.
I can't read my writing.
Are y'all ready?
develop quality, affordable housing
But enhancing the
opportunities
quality of life, but
for the
it
workforce to
enhances
enhance the community.
We can get rid of the word opportunity, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that puts it right up
Just
there
'cause it
up
gets
front,
long.
Yeah.
kind of in your face.
Develop
I
quality,
think that's
Affordable.
preferable.
housing.
Housing or homes?
Develop
Homes that enhance.
Yeah, I like that better, I do.
Is it
Quality.
develop
Okay, we're
versus
done.
build?
Develop quality, affordable homes for the workforce to enhance the community, or
Right,
our
we don't want
community,
them segregated.
our
because-
community.
Yeah.
Can you read it again?
Affordable.
Develop quality, affordable,
I'm running a book.
Teeny pad?
Every time.
develop quality, affordable homes
Time
for
I
the
feel like I'm
workforce to
running a
enhance our community.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
perfect, I
that's
love it.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
What'd you
Heck yeah,
say?
Sorry. I was talking about my plumber, no.
Says it.
Works
Thank
for
you.
me.
Is that our word?
Yep, good job.
Are you writing it so I don't have to?
Yeah,
There's a short one.
quality,
Good. 'Cause I do like the
Affordable.
light
Develop
in it.
Well, that
quality,
just means
right.
ours is superior.
More depth. We went for depth, they went for
For depth and breadth.
For the
depth and
workforce.
breadth. Any,
To enhance.
But I like having the light.
Look, I will make sure you get one.
Maybe one more word to get rid of is just go, for workforce instead of the. I don't know, what do you think? Because we have the in there too many times. After community.
I'm gonna be real
I
close.
think it's
I
okay.
need to get out of here.
Well, we can say to enhance our community.
There you go, love it, perfect, thank you.
are you good?
I got 8 parties tonight.
Like those little things, should we run it through AI now to make
Yeah,
sure we have
I
it right?
know.
See you, Charles.
Let me see.
Merry Christmas.
Let's cheat a little bit. Okay,
So
I
to use
gotta
the
think
app,
hard.
what app
Uh-huh.
to use?
There's Chat
You
GPT.
use chat.
Okay, so what does it say again? Let's see.
I have a flip phone.
Develop quality, affordable housing for the workforce to enhance our community.
Don't listen.
I think theirs is different, but the same.
No, it's not
Ours
that.
is committed to paper.
Ours is too.
No, y'all are cheating, you're using Chat GPT, so. Can you read it upside down?
Oh, I know what I should have wrote. I should have wrote simplify. That's what I'll write. Let's see what it says then.
Wonder if you said create a mission statement about creating workforce housing.
You guys still have 6.5 minutes.
Oh, we're done.
We're done.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know, we'll see what Chat GPT comes up with,
Yeah.
so.
Both have good statements?
They're building good, affordable homes for workers to improve our community.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That was AI. We're running ours through AI now to see if it has something better. At least we're creative, huh?
Like you have to have a section 8 in a building.
My last 4 listings, I used AI for my descriptions.
Really?
Yep, I just said, write a description for a house in Ruidoso, 3-bedroom that's on this street in this part by Albertsons, and it'll be all, the quality of life is just so perfect when you're just moments away from Albertsons, and it's so stupid, but it's better than I could ever write.
That AI stuff is just crazy.
It is.
I'll take that, Mr. White.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And she says they have to be very careful.
Well, they were gonna make us, put a disclaimer starting sometime next year, we'll have to put it in our
Okay.
description at the bottom, created by AI.
There you go. He said they were hosting
Yep.
8
They're on it already with us too.
at the end.
Oh, they're super busy, yeah. It's that time of year.
That's cool. Well, the teachers have a new program that can tell that it was AI generated too.
Really?
Well,
Thank God.
kinda.
Kinda, right?
It does sound though. And there's something that they can look and see on the search, Deanna does it,
Yeah.
so.
See, here's one that I did all AI. I didn't write it at all. It's using words I would never use.
Yeah,
love
epitome
it.
of comfort. Yeah, I know.
Marianne, I was
So
like,
before we
what's epitome?
do ours,
Wait, what did we miss?
no, before we do ours, I'm gonna
Okay.
do something different.
Okay.
So. I'm gonna read you a mission statement from another board that deals with housing. Different things, but.
I can read ours from the Realtors Association. Our mission statement is to identify, develop, and deliver critical member services to advance the business interests, professionalism, and success of our members. Which is way too long. That's why we're redoing it this year.
So what's the chamber mission?
Oh, God. It
Off
is
your head, off top of
off
your
the
head.
top of my head.
Man, that's rough.
I know, I've been trying to think of it all day and it's just like gone out of my mind. It is something about, develop the, prosperity of businesses in Ruidoso Downs, in Lincoln County,
So
somewhere.
you elected to develop, not to build?
Yeah,
Got it.
To foster growth, development, and
That's it.
prosperity for Redoso Downs, and the surrounding area.
Yeah,
So
But concise.
yeah.
DHA is Denver Housing Authority, so they're an authority, they're not just a board, right? DHA develops and provides high-quality, affordable housing with responsive services enabling people and communities to thrive.
I like that.
It's long but good.
I like that last little part, enabling,
To thrive.
people and communities to thrive.
What's the college? Do you remember at all?
I know.
Like Education for All, or isn't it short? It must be short.
I like that because it provides that connotation of,
Opportunity, stepping up.
right, and we, as a community, we can't thrive without this housing. So even though you think you in your neighborhood with your home, you're either retired or you have a job and you don't have to worry about any of that, the whole community as a whole has to have this to thrive.
So ENMU's is supporting excellence in teaching and research, empowering students to respond to a rapidly changing world. Perfect.
Did you come up with that, Clayton?
No, I didn't.
You should have said, well, yes, I did.
Was that ENMU or
Uh-huh.
ENMU Ruidoso?
No, it was just the main one, main
Yeah,
campus.
okay.
Yep.
So the overarching mission of ENMU Ruidoso is to enhance the lives of our students and the communities we serve now and into the future.
Nice.
There you go. Okay, so, two statements, what are they?
There's you, in case you care.
Ours is develop quality, affordable homes for the workforce to enhance our community.
Nice.
And enhancing the quality of life in our community, we will develop affordable homes for our workforce.
I like that one.
It encompasses all the work.
Enhancing the quality of life in our community, we will develop affordable homes for our workforce.
Who is we?
We, it's our,
It's the French.
We,
we.
It's declarative, not aspirational.
There you go, okay, I'll go with that. Okay, so where are you all at? Are you comfortable with that statement?
We could almost get
Read
rid
those
of the
again.
"we will" and just leave it at creating.
read it again.
Enhancing the quality of life, I said in, but I kind of like for better. Enhancing the quality of life for our community, we will develop affordable homes for our workforce.
By creating affordable homes for the workforce.
So you could say enhancing the quality of life for our community by creating.
Okay, so wait, first, are we all in agreement
Right.
with this statement?
Because we don't want to take it too personal. That's what I think too. Yep. We need to be
So
generalized.
that's a yes. Okay, so now tweak your words.
Enhancing the quality of life
You all can work on it.
for our community. Say it again. what'd
By
you say?
creating,
By
By
creating,
creating affordable homes for our workforce.
do we want to put quality in there?
Or
by creating affordable workforce housing.
Doesn't even have to say workforce, maybe we just say for, I don't know,
For our community.
Yeah,
for our community, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
so.
wait,
And it has the piece that you like, you're enhancing the community thriving, which is what you liked, so there's a couple of components.
And we don't want to set the workforce apart.
Nope. It's
We
more
want them to blend into the
because you're doing.
Creating affordable workforce housing. I don't know.
Right? It's not just,
You don't have to use it.
Creating
quality
that could be for students,
homes, affordable homes.
homes,
workforce.
There you go. Right. We don't like that housing word.
affordable homes for
Somebody
our
get rid of
community? Is that what we said? Did we, hey,
Did you all,
I'll just keep
We
it.
already
y'all
have-
settle on, well,
Yeah,
no,
we
it's
like
kind of redundant
community.
because we have community up here though.
I
so-
know, that's right. That's what I was looking for.
Wait, say it again?
Community's in there once already.
Well, we could take it out here. Why don't we just say enhancing the quality of life by creating affordable homes for our community?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. We're still not mentioning workforce, but it's okay, I think, right?
Yeah, it's not just
Well,
said.
the word affordable.
Insinuate, sort of.
Well, I think we have a need, for senior housing,
Yeah.
college students.
Okay.
Well, that's
So
a
it
good
doesn't have
point,
to be
'cause-
workforce.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to put the word quality in there, though? Quality
I did-
affordable?
I said I said enhancing
So-
the quality of life.
Okay.
is what I said,
Workforce
so.
housing is in the title of our committee anyway, so it doesn't even have to be in there, truthfully. They already know what we do. So I like what he did. I'm good with it. I'll vote. I make that motion to approve it.
Read it again. All in favor?
Enhancing the quality of life by creating affordable homes for our community.
Nice and simple.
I like that.
Christie, you want to this? And that'll be our.
You want this?
Yay, that was a big step, you guys,
Yeah.
Good job.
for sure.
Oh, thank you.
That's what's so cool about this process is you can see how you got here. If we have any questions, we can look back at those boards.
I don't think they'll leave those up.
No, they won't, but other procedures, the guy just puts it all together and says, here, this is what I came up with. This way we're interacting.
You all create.
Exactly, I love it. Yep.
So the buy-in is, if I could do that in a heartbeat. Right? What do you want?
Right.
I'll do it, but the buy-in isn't there.
Nope.
The commitment to enforce it, to push it, to do all of those things isn't there. If you all own this, take it in a much different direction.
Yep.
So we're going to have letterheads printed with that statement.
Yeah,
Or shirts, one of the two.
on our agenda every month, huh? Got it.
Yes.
So the next step is creating, so we have 2.5 hours, that's still enough time. The next step is gonna be to create our vision statement. And vision statement is defined as expresses your organization's aspirations, strategic goals, and plans for the future. It communicates where your business is going next and serves as an actionable map towards success. So some vision statement examples are, goes back to Starbucks. To establish Starbucks as the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world while maintaining our uncompromising principles while we grow.
Wow.
Tesla, to create the most compelling car company of the 21st century by driving the world's transition to electric vehicles.
And a recall of 2 million vehicles.
There you go. IKEA, to create a better everyday life for the many people. Nike, to remain the most authentic, connected, and distinctive brand. Google, to provide access to the world's information in one click. Wow, pretty direct. So,
I think Google's the only one that really does what they're,
yeah, well, and that's the idea. Think about it.
Your whole life.
I know.
I don't know. I've
Ruined my
never
life.
put together IKEA furniture.
No.
Changed my life. I want to go back to IKEA. It took me like 12 hours. But,
That's because you don't read Swedish.
oh, no, well, they have it in English and Spanish. Spanish may have been easier than English, but anyway. So, vision statements. Similar process. Now that you have an idea of what we're doing, we're gonna shorten the times. We're gonna try and do those quickly so that we can get our words, so that we can get our statements, and then create the actual statement as a whole. Yes?
Okay.
Alright, so, we'll do 5 minutes for the words, and if you finish, let me know.
But this is different.
It
So,
is. It's very, this is more surgical in nature, right? It's very succinct, it's what are we doing to accomplish this? This is where you're funding, this is where you're thinking build the partnerships, more of those components come in. The other ones were more general, this is more specific.
Is this a collaborative effort?
Not yet, it will be. So, something that may give you an idea or two, I will tell you about what we're working on, so that it gives you a direction of what kinds of tools we're going to use. So, we're working on a 9% tax credit program That's for 72 units. Sam has been driving that. He's done an amazing job. The applications are due January 7th.
And at the 12th, at noon.
Yes.
So I really,
Yes, and so we've been working a lot on that. The village is committing $1 million to help offset some of the funds. We still have a $2 million gap that we're trying to find. That's why I get to go to county commission and request that. It's also part of our capital outlay. And so the reason I tell you that is so you can see we have programs in place that we're trying to work with. We have staff and resources that we're trying to utilize. We have to work with the legislature to try and get some components of that. Second part, we have private investors that are willing to try and build out homes. So we have 603 Meacham. We can fit anywhere between 14 and 17 homes on there, depending on the size of those homes. The ones that I passed out earlier, that's what we're looking to build, a small community at the roundabouts, kind of like picturesque, pergola area that they can go into, but that's also workforce housing. And so those private investors are looking to see how they can come in and either just utilize our land, or we're working to build models, right? So we're trying to be innovative and think outside of the box as to what their regular tools are and use our current MRA. We're also kicking around the idea of figuring out parking and parking for a bigger structure so that that revenue can help go into funding a much bigger program of 100 or 200 units. When I started talking to you guys about stuff, these are just kind of pie in the sky ideas, but multi-use facilities, whether that's out by Greenfield and building that in Midtown so that people aren't pushing it back. How do you redevelop things like the hotel? And Ruidoso Hotel that may want to sell and now partner with them to build a much bigger and better initiative. What does that look like for you in trying to create those programs? I don't have that idea. We're pulling stuff out of the sky right now, so what do you want to see as being innovative? How do we redevelop blighted areas, right? So the whole reason I kind of say all these things is to give you an idea of what your vision could be and what your goals will be after this. So just so you know.
your phone.
Camera is back at its original location.
Oh, cool.
You have no idea how much of a headache that was.
Or should have just left it.
Well, it's not technically a.
No, I'm worded out, I think, so.
Place to fund. We were getting a ton of complaints a day. We were getting almost 15 complaints a day from media about camera not being able to see the mountain. And.
Oh, I know, I did see that, yeah. You know, I have to tell you a funny story about that. We got a call one day. I'm not sure if it, whichever camera that can see the top of Mitchell's, is that the village camera? Apparently there were some workers up there working on the roof. And being a construction worker, he did not have his pants pulled up. He was a plumber. And we got a call about that. I was like, yeah. So when I went and looked, they were already gone, but it was funny.
You won't see that again because it's now on a pole, but we had a lady from Oregon that was calling pretty much regularly because she was like, that is like my zen time, and I look at the mountain and it calms me down.
Doesn't she have a mountain in Oregon she can look
I
at?
don't know, but I understand, I mean, a lot of people were saying that, so I didn't realize how much of an impact that had on the
Yeah.
community. So
Oh,
it's
who
things
knew?
that we also recognize they're important, right? Okay, where am I starting? Here, we're gonna start with Clayton.
No, we're not.
Sam, we'll start with Sam. Okay, strong.
Oh.
I never had to
to go first, thank
Anyone
God.
have strong?
No,
What else do you guys?
5, you were supposed to do 4, you're
Uh-oh.
trying to get extra credit.
Let's do like 4.
I did 5. Yeah, I did 5.
Sustainable. Anyone have sustainable?
Oh, we can chime in on that.
Not really.
Alright. Thrive. Alright. What's next? Safe.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can buy into that. I'm ditto.
For those.
Are you cheating, Cecilia?
I'm ditto, ditto.
Needs. Anyone have needs?
No, not really. You want me to give you 2 of mine and you can claim them, so.
Growth.
Quality growth.
Good night, Samantha. What you went like the town down there, so.
She has one left, that's it, I cut her off.
Oh, she's still going.
She used her A1
Life
too.
changing.
7, wow.
Life changing.
Okay. We might as well throw all ours away.
I have build.
Build. Okay. Anyone else have build?
Yeah, I do.
I've developed.
Develop, build. Oh, we're back to this confusing
Oh,
stuff. Okay. What's next?
Fund.
Fund. Anyone else have fund? Money?
Not really.
I have something like that. I have incentives and PIDs. Kids, what do you think?
I think
Separate?
fund, yep, it can be,
Both? Yep.
yep.
That's what I thought too.
So, once we get these, a lot of what comes out of the mission and the vision will actually help us go into our strategic goals, initiatives, and our objectives. They'll help us create them, so. Educate.
I had that, but not done. I had it.
Educate, okay, we're good. No?
Cooperate.
Cooperate. Anyone else? No? Okay. James, what do you got?
Redevelop,
Redevelop. Anyone else on redevelop?
which would cover blighted areas, all that.
Maybe
kind of stuff.
utilize.
Okay, utilize. What else?
That's it.
That's it? We'll go this way.
I wrote community value, or just value.
Value, okay.
You can only have one
I
word.
know, that's why my 4th one didn't count either. Existing lands.
Mine does. I have opportunities and I have resources.
Nice.
Okay.
Resources covers it.
Resources. Okay, so. Opportunities where? And what resources?
Well, I mean, my mind thought is utilizing the resources that are available. We can create, well, whether that be, property that the village owns or other properties that we can, help develop, then we can create opportunities for homes for individuals.
Okay. Trying to see if we can. Community value, is that the value of the product, or is that the community values the fact that we're creating this new thing? Or something else?
I would hope that the community it would be valuable to the community would value
Okay.
the product.
Product, okay.
I could almost go with educate. You could educate the community that to value what it is we're building.
I do think I would approve the so you're okay with educate falling under community value?
I think so.
I'm gonna go to you last, cause I need to explain all of that. So, okay, opportunities, again, that it enhances the opportunities of housing, right? Sorry.
Say it again?
So opportunities was, it's the opportunity of housing.
Right.
Okay. So back to build as an opportunity, or is that? Develop-
Maybe build, create opportunities?
Okay. So let me move this one here. Resources. So resources goes back to land, goes back to everything, right? Financing, whatever it is that we have to use to get that product. Is that okay to say, generically? So resources and money and incentives is one. We don't really have land. And resources and redeveloping and utilizing what we currently have. It's not in cooperation and it's not in building. You think it's separate? Truly separate? I think it is.
For the moment.
Yeah.
Okay? So now let's jump to cooperate. So what do you think? Cooperate is completely separate? Does it go, what did you mean by it?
I mean, cooperate with other communities, other entities, the state, you know, whoever we can get, and maybe it goes under funding, to cooperate to provide more.
In a partnership sense, but how do we cooperate to get something to build this? So how do we cooperate to get resources?
Yeah, it could go under resources. Mhm.
Okay. Sam, your turn. The rest of the page.
I know, huh?
You realize I only have like 30 minutes.
Salary.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get to go home, but we do. We're going home at 5.
What did you mean by that? What was life changing?
Providing an opportunity for someone to have, a place to call home.
So is the house the life-changing piece? Is it the fact that it's affordable that's life-changing?
Yeah, an opportunity to be able to afford the residence that they live in.
So the opportunity is both, right? Which one is more life-changing for you? Affordability
I guess-
or the actual house itself?
Well, if it's not affordable, they won't be living there.
True. So, affordable?
Yeah.
So, the funding piece maybe is life-changing?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to have a job.
Growth.
I would see growth, for the community if we were able to house more employees.
So,
It would enhance the businesses.
so redevelop and, utilize, it would help to redevelop and utilize what we currently have?
Mhm.
Okay. Strong.
I just think that it would strengthen the community as a whole, like that community feeling, I guess.
I think that's a part of a value.
Mm-hmm.
So would you be okay if I put it under values?
Yeah.
Sustainable. The funding piece again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And sustainability for our, businesses and entities.
Which one is more sustainable for you, business and entities, or the cost of trying to provide sustainable housing?
I was looking at it more from economics.
Okay, so resources, redevelop, growth,
Mm-hmm.
thrive. Is that the community itself?
As a whole, yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna put that one under value, is that okay? Safe, the actual home itself,
Yes.
and then needs.
And same for safe.
The home,
Are you talking about like the individual needs for homes or something like that, though? Yeah.
So is it more of the value of a home that is part of the needs that we need to meet? Or is it the actual home itself? The home itself? Okay. Okay. So we're back to 4. That's good. These are descriptive of general categories.
Go over the general categories, just,
So build, to develop, building, you're giving yourself an opportunity, whatever that may be, a need or to feel safe. So that building is safe, so you're looking at that specific item, that product is being constructed.
okay?
With the descriptor, right? Fund, incentives, life-changing. So the fact that it is affordable, or the fact that we need to identify funds to help it make it be affordable. Yeah? Is this one clear? Community value. I really like this because it's an overall piece. It's the community values it. We already have educate on the mission statement. So you're having to educate the community to value what they have or what they need so that we can thrive and so that you have a strong community, right? And you have a strong economy. So that value is essential in my mind. Are we clear on that one? Questions? Okay. Resources. So it's exactly that. What are our resources? What do we need to be able to achieve those things? And then this piece, which I think is important, redevelop, utilize, growth, sustainability. So I think the initial idea behind it was that we utilize or redevelop properties that existed. I think you have some descriptives under these, and it may lead to future programs. This might not be your word. You might come up with a word here, right? But that still uses, or the essence of that word is described by these items. Make sense? Okay, so, what part are we in? We're writing down the 2 statements? Yes. So we get less time, 2 statements, 5 minutes. Starting now. Do you want me to read what those vision statements were again? Yes? Google, to provide access to the world's information in one click. Nike, to remain the most authentic, connected, and distinctive brand. IKEA, to create a better everyday life for many people. And I'll give you a bonus. Let me see what the housing plans strategic. Okay, sorry, so here you go. So HUD's vision statement is to improve lives and strengthen communities to deliver on America's dream.
What are the 4 words again?
So you have build, or develop, fund related to the funding component. You have community value, so educating strong, thriving communities. Resources, whatever the resources are to get there. And then, redevelop or utilize to create that growth for sustainability.
Got it.
Okay. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you get in trouble, Clayton? Why are you sitting up there?
you can't see.
I was told it was informal.
Right.
All right, where are we starting?
I can start. We have to create housing in our community that is safe and sustainable. And to create a strong, sustainable community through housing initiatives.
Okay. Anyone have something similar to that?
I do.
Safe, quality, environment for affordable housing, homes. So we want that to go to create housing in our community that is safe and sustainable? That's the one that, okay. Anyone have something similar? No? Okay.
I don't know if they're similar or not.
Next.
I have to build a sustainable community where residents can thrive.
Okay.
I should just do it on here.
I also have creating the means for growth and sustainability of our community.
Okay. Anyone have something similar?
Say it again?
Creating the
You probably can't read my writing.
creating the means for growth and sustainability of our communities. And then to build, we went with creating, but let's see that. To build a sustainable community where residents can thrive.
Maybe a little bit there, so developing both existing and new resources to create life-changing opportunities so our community thrives.
I think that's very similar with it conceptually.
I like that life change. Samantha did really good. I like thrive and I like life-changing.
That's the American dream, isn't it?
Put that in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Focused on resources to assemble resources for valuable, safe, sustainable housing.
Something similar?
Mm.
Yep, okay. Sustainable and communities, resources.
Okay. Providing our workforce in an affordable, safe place to call home. I could almost do it if these guys voted on it.
Isn't that the goal of it all?
It is. So, we have in this area to create was the word, develop, that's kind of been over here. Creating seems to be the word used the most so far, 4 times. So, sustainable communities, that's in there. The word thrive. Resources was mentioned two times.
I thought because we used creative in the first statement that we shouldn't have it there in our, because it was in our mission statement.
It was, so you do want to eliminate that, is a good point. So we could take creating out, it should be more direct.
Developing.
Building. What is enhancing the quality of life by creating affordable
So,
for our community.
what do you all see more? So your common themes are, you still have creating, but you may want to reevaluate.
Sustainable.
Sustainable.
Providing is the word I came up for instead of creating.
Now, providing goes back to the discussion you all had earlier about giving.
Having too much claim of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Resources, life-changing, thriving. So thriving and life-changing popped up, sustainable, right? Okay, can do teams of 3 and 3 now. Alright, so let's take concepts. So you're creating sustainable housing. That's these, you're assembling resources for safe, sustainable housing. That's one idea. You're creating means, utilizing resources, developing new resources for life-changing events. And you do have developing the current, right, existing resources. That was also mentioned. So those are your 3 components. Everyone on the same page? Okay, so teams of 3, and let's come up with 2 statements. 5 minutes.
Go over here.
Oh, okay.
They kicked you out.
I guess
man.
so.
You moved over. Oh, it's Girls Next Boys, here we go.
See, we just need-
Come on, Samantha.
Which pertains to both of you guys, sort of.
Building a sustainable, safe, building sustainable environment. Building a thriving community through sustainable, safe
Safe, sustainable housing.
home.
Yeah, because I told Tom, I said we might be interested in doing something,
Right.
or at least setting up an agreement with you where we would, you know, utilize it. You already wrote it all down?
Yeah, you got us covered.
Are you kidding? I'm having problems coming up with the words. Rather than string them together like a necklace.
It supports.
It's like,
The girls are being creative. We'll just see what they come up with. We do. Home.
Okay, we're done.
We need another one. We only have one.
well, we don't have one. We don't have anything, actually, so.
Oh, we're just doing one each. Oh, one each. Okay, so what did you add?
Moving everything around is scribbling. Comes to something, thriving community. That's safe and sustainable. Do we have best building a thriving community with safe and sustainable homes?
Yeah, I have building a
That's what you
thriving
have.
community through the development of safe, sustainable homes.
Good.
That sounds perfect.
The one I had up there was the best one that I came up with.
I think together we're going to find a really good one.
Yeah.
These chairs are not that comfortable.
I know. We need the ones like they had at the movie theater
Oh, yeah.
that recline.
And then you fall asleep.
Yeah, I like that.
What's this here?
Nothing. I'm joking, whatever, just give me something, so, I didn't finish it, so. Because the problem with that is we're not necessarily going for ownership, so.
That's what I had to begin with.
That sounds pretty good.
That's what I thought.
Why is it on there, not on
It
there?
is, it's up there.
Oh. Oh, it's the one that you did
Yeah,
up
that's what I mean. I
there.
already think, I think that's it right there.
You want this one back?
Yeah, I still want to use that. I like it. What do you guys think?
Pretty good. The only thing of the words we had doesn't.
I know, it's not all in there.
Doesn't have to have it all, but I'm just wondering if we can enhance it a little bit with some of it.
So the one thing I will say is this.
Life-changing?
For whatever
Providing our
reason,
workforce
I didn't
a
realize
life-changing
the actual word workforce was built into the
Opportunity of
I
an
don't see it as a
affordable,
true
safe
workforce housing
place.
board.
What do you think?
I see
Yeah.
it as a housing board. Ultimately, that needs to provide for all of those areas. If it was just workforce housing, it would be a bigger component.
Should we say workforce?
Yeah, and then providing, he doesn't like that. Working towards,
But that's hard. I mean,
working
They don't like providing, you said?
Because we own
Oh,
it too
that's
much.
right, that's right. Let's see.
Working to create, and what did you have before? Working to create.
So was that an artifact of playing the politics game
Sustainable, huh?
and
Life-changing, that's what I
mentioning
like.
that specific word to be eligible for potential funding at the state, or avoiding?
I think it was that political will
Working towards.
that existed in trying to provide a resource at the time during the emergency, and to help create, this idea that we're not doing this other stuff.
Yeah, I think it was to,
Yeah.
Remember when that was an issue?
yeah.
It was I think it was a compromise. It was ultimately a compromise. But I don't think the word housing necessarily has that same connotation as does affordable.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think they wanted it to be, they didn't want it to just be affordable housing, because then people think of it as low-income Section 8. So that's kind of what where the workforce,
And you're not a housing authority,
right.
so there's a big, but you are working on all housing technically. These goals are focusing on accomplishing a lot of the tasks. All right, do we have our two statements? What do this group want to go first?
Yep. Building a thriving community through the development of safe, sustainable housing.
Safe, sustainable housing.
I kind of like sustainable.
I like it all, it just still doesn't hit workforce. It's too generalized. Okay, but still,
But
it's just generalizing, it could be mean anybody that's moving here, though.
that's true. So part of you being on the board is that you're working on private housing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sheltered.
Workforce housing doesn't pertain to students, right? But it does
Right.
pertain to nurses. And it pertains to our businesses.
Yeah, we need a better, I mean, you know, Santa Fe calls it housing for all,
Yep.
so,
Whatever it is, your title is workforce housing, our strategic goal is to accomplish housing in general. That's what I'm pushing.
Yeah.
Now, if you want this to strategically say workforce housing, we can.
I think you're right.
No, because we gotta address the NMU and everything.
Yeah,
That's the bigger issue.
I know. Because there's not gonna be somebody, or I'm assuming, even with the housing over on, they had to have a job, they had to have an income. So it wasn't low-income housing, but, you know,
Affordable rent
no.
is what it was.
And we can't just say people there, because then it gets too generalized again.
I think the community is good because it's everyone that works in the community. And I think you're trying to create a thriving community.
Right. And how does the community thrive with,
The housing.
with the housing, with a sustainable workforce, with,
Do you want me to read mine?
Yeah, you're good, for sure.
Working towards affordable, safe housing for our community to thrive.
Which is just what you said about a minute ago. Community instead of workers.
Okay, so between the two, we took that one. So I'll read them again. You guys, and it could be a combination of, you pick one to work on, or,
Put them together.
okay. So, working towards affordable, safe housing for our community to thrive. Building a thriving community through the development of safe, sustainable housing.
God, they sound exactly the same, don't
They
they?
Verse, using
Heck, yeah.
slightly different.
yeah.
So which
We're on the
one-
same page.
Saying the same thing. How do you want to say it?
Do you see any changes in there that we could make? I like theirs better, truthfully.
Do you think, I kind of like sustainable in there, because it gives,
Yeah, I like sustainable.
little-
When you said that the first time, I was
Yeah.
like, and ours didn't have, I like that better. I actually like that better than affordable even, so.
So building a thriving community of safe, sustainable housing.
Yep.
Working towards affordable, safe housing for our community to thrive.
I
The
think
same thing, it's just, the words are just
a little different.
moved
This
around.
has sustainable, and I think the building piece versus working is, it creates a structure versus just trying to accomplish.
Fine. No, I'm good.
You're doing here, so that's how I would say that. Okay, are we good with this statement?
Yes,
Okay,
I am anyway.
Christie, can
You good with that, James?
Yep, for sure.
Excellent, mission and vision, 5-minute break.
Can we work through it?
No, 5-minute break. We need 5 minutes to get some stuff done.
Where's Shauna out of Champagne Z, or where'd she go? The new Shauna that's working there? Uh-huh. Yeah. Take a
Walk
picture. I
with
just
me.
wanna say hi.
I wish I had better handwriting.
Mine has gotten worse. I can whip it out on the computer.
That I can do, no problem.
Yes. How's your brother doing that you found after such a long time?
He is doing
You guys get together often?
not often enough, you know, when you're trying to make up for 70 years.
Yeah.
But, no, he is, it's amazing that, well, of course, we're both retired. We have such similar interests, and so,
Amazing, isn't it?
yeah, anyway,
We're not being raised by, in the same environment.
yeah,
You're skedaddling out?
I,
Does it say sustainable housing?
right after I apologize for,
That's all right.
I'm gonna, oh, I can let this go. Oh, no, I was just talking about to say, thank you for really doing your time. When you did your own ideas, your experience shows, I apologize for my distractions.
Oh, no, not at all. They were
I
welcome.
really have to attend to, and it's a long story, and I'm not gonna even try, but anyway, I'm impressed with your work.
Well, thank you.
And I appreciate it.
But this is your all's work, so all I'm doing is writing
Well-
sticky, putting stickies down.
But it's often,
Thank you for that.
it's challenging to assemble that and to reach that consensus, and you've done well, so.
Thank you.
All right,
All righty, well, we'll keep putting it together for you.
okay.
Is it at least doing anything up on the mountain?
Doesn't look like it really. Text my brother-in-law and see how it's going up there. Or I can look on the webcam.
Yeah. I was really hoping we would get
Something.
something.
Yeah, I think it rained or something at my house in Capitan last night.
Yeah. My streets are dry this morning.
I got up at 5, looked out the window. That was very sad.
I know.
I parked in the garage and everything last night, just hoping for some snow.
Maybe if you had no parts in the garage.
Is that what it is? I
Yeah.
jinxed it? Well, my kids say everything's my fault, so.
My daughter was, and her fiance were up here, and she had to be at work at 1:30 today, and they were leaving this morning, so I thought maybe that might get us some snow, but, no.
I was hoping, my husband and my son-in-law are home.
Dr. Allred left?
from
Yeah.
building the ski lift, and I was hoping the snow would follow them from Taos.
Yeah, no, I know, because didn't Taos, they were supposed to get a bunch, did they get any?
Yeah, they did. They got a lot of snow, and it's still snowing,
Yeah.
which I'm glad that my husband and my son-in-law have done.
Yeah.
So that way, they're, not having to try to work in it.
Charles left and Dr. Albert left,
Yeah.
and Nathan left.
So what does something like this run?
Aren't
Well-
the prices on it?
Yeah, they are on the back.
Yeah,
They're
are they?
generic. So what we're trying to do is see whether the state will allow us to become a vendor of those items so we can buy them wholesale. So in the case that we decide to move forward with any project, we can buy them for a third of their price. So
Wow.
if we bought them wholesale, the one bedroom would probably run 50,000. I think currently in the state it's like 80, if I'm not mistaken. And then the two bedroom, or the three bedroom is 90, we'd probably be able to get it for 75. And so if we could do that, it would reduce our overall costs. Our models that we're putting together right now with the private investors, so two things. Our current 9% tax credit application with the group we're working with, their cost per unit at 72 units is roughly $278,000. Our cost per unit. On the private, so we're looking at like a $20 million.
Wow. And that's for an apartment, basically.
That's for our, that's roughly for our project. Now, these, at a cost of $150,000 altogether, we could do a much different kind of approach to those projects. One of the things that, so I submitted two models to our finance committee, or to our finance person and to our bond person, and said, look, I think we can actually do this within the MRI, where we work out land, where we build in an ROI, it would be 10% ROI on the initial investment each year, and we would be able to work something out. Now, they're saying, hey, we can probably do it at this 4% tax credit option also, and then there's a program through USDA called the 515 loan program. That will basically get you a loan at 0 to 1%. You have to have a certain level of AMI in those houses, which I think it's 30 or 40%, but it has to be at 40 to 60 AMI, which is extremely low. But you can put the component of workforce housing as a criteria on there. People have to work within the village in order to stay. And so there's some things that we're working on those. We'll see what Colin and all that program goes through and whether we get approved mid-March probably.
If we get this funding from the county, it will give us points on our application
Yes.
for the 9%, but we'll just see how good Mike can sell it.
How likely do you think we'll get it this year? I mean, because
We've been struggling with it
Yeah.
for years.
We don't know who else is applying, so there's just so many
Yeah.
variables to be able to say the likelihood.
yeah.
I think if we can show the cooperation between us and the county, and we can show that they're giving us funds, and that this is a project that we already have the land for, the village is willing to put up funds as well, I think that'll knock us above most of these other areas.
And is this the Meacham over, where you look,
This would be the
South
1104.
of P&M.
oh, over by P and M, okay, where we looked at doing that
Thank you.
apartment complex.
A lot of water.
Yes.
So
So
I'm
that was
okay
the
right now.
72
I'm
units.
still good, thank
We're
you.
working on the 5 units, or the 15 units at 603 Meacham.
Yeah.
And then
Are those gonna be the duplexes that, or will they be like these?
that's the goal, make a
So
small
it-
community like that of 15 homes.
I
I
know.
like those houses. I think
I would live in one of those.
The inside is beautiful.
Yeah.
I did like a little virtual tour. It was
Did
very
you?
cool.
Well, before we moved over here, we had a double wide, the thing I loved about it was just like these, all the windows. And see, all the natural light in there, and then we come here to Ruidoso and you live in the mountains, you got all the trees, and there is no natural light in my house, but.
Trying to talk Sam into letting me build barndominiums with like 15 windows in them,
It's a lot. A barn.
but I bet you would.
Yeah.
I know.
Not
But she's
everyone is
gonna
so-
burn.
My comment earlier,
I know, I guess. When you said that, I looked at her and gave her a look, I was
But
like.
we've already given the okay to Lance Rose project.
He's-
To leave the metal as like decorative accent as opposed to the majority of the site.
Yeah. No, well,
But
you
that's
can
gonna
do
be
the
right in the
bottom
heart.
with like rock, like this stuff, the outside metal component pieces. There's a lot of places that are going to that, just because it's cost effective, it's buildable. it's
Insurance
listed, it's
companies are
modern.
looking at that.
Yeah, so.
There's some cool siding that is metal, but I mean, there's enough Conex box, but looks like brick or
Decorative.
looks like.
Oh, yeah. Container homes are always really cheap too.
Yeah.
You're seeing those little boxes now.
They're really cool.
So,
there are, that's why I said we looked at was the container homes, but, yeah, but you lose the value once you start wrapping it in, you know, some type
Right.
of siding and
Yeah.
Go on
everything.
your
or
airtight, once you drill holes to adhere wood to the
Yeah.
I saw one for 1.4 million.
right? Okay,
Okay.
so next phase of what we're gonna do, you're into the goals and strategies and, objectives of what we're doing. So there's a component that we should have pulled from here, and because we don't know it, I don't wanna use all of this stuff. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through key priorities. And we'll see how many we end up with. Those key priorities are going to direct you in what goals we need to accomplish to get these things done, right? So where are we going? That's what I need you to think about. Where are we going? Key priorities are gonna be those things that we're gonna need to create the goals and objectives for. So you have your mission.
Love it.
We have your vision. We have safe, sustainable housing. We already know that. What does that mean? You guys have to put that into words. What are your key priorities? Key priorities could be create workforce housing. Key priorities can be, and they're from here. So if you want me to bring this back, we can. And we can use a lot of those things. But you have to develop key priorities now. That's gonna be our next section, okay? That's really gonna drive the next functions, and this is gonna be fast. It's not gonna be, oh, okay, key priorities, or we'll create the list, and then Sam and I will go back and actually do the sentences for the priorities. But if you say workforce housing, fine, create sustainable, we'll use the mission and the vision to help create those key priorities. Create sustainable housing, create workforce housing, create livable, whatever, those kinds of things. But you have to give us that kind of sense of where we're going, okay? Yes, key priorities.
In this, where like their recommendations, there's like 19 of them listed. I don't know if you wanna use that as a guide or just start with some new ones.
Actually, I think this would be good.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, let me look it
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we have in our old list is 19 priorities. I'd love for you to use some of those or create new ones so that we can integrate them into this and make sure that's what we're gonna do. So we have, we'll write, and again, they don't have to be full sentences, but thoughts, right? Not just single words.
Okay, I've had a thought.
Okay?
Are we dealing with rentable homes or buying homes?
All the above.
Oh, yes.
That could be both of those could be a single priority. So you could have identify rentable homes within the community, provide or identify purchasable homes within the community.
Mark, these are not coming off like this now.
Oh, okay.
They were falling off.
So now I'm gonna have to spend extra time thinking it.
So, I'll help you, since I did it.
Maybe I'll go back.
It's hard to think.
I know.
Key to,
What?
He'd ask me how the other meetings been, meetings all day long. The mayor's leaving now, so.
Get to take,
Been a lot of stuff with him, so just.
The month of December.
See, that's why I'm happy I'm here today. I was like.
So what's that second part there, key what?
Priority.
Key priorities. And Sam's gonna get us a list also of the other ones. Key priorities may also be acquire more property, right? Or create strategic partnerships, or those kinds of priorities that you need to do.
So create key priorities.
Here we go, we got you some. So you can read us some of the examples. So it's 1 through 19, so that you can. And you may say, I just want to attach this as a
I was just
table.
cheating.
Oh,
Wow.
So this document, this is why I say I'd rather take the workforce piece away, because
Yeah.
this document covers a lot of these things. Again, it was done in 2015. We have another document that was done in 2018 that covers some of this stuff. And so there's been work that's been done,
it just hasn't been implemented.
we haven't implemented it. And we're shotgunning some of it, and we're working on it. And I'd rather create the structure that allows us to get there a little bit faster.
See, and my 560 came from these original numbers of the 305 for rental, 220 for home ownership, and 25 senior independent. So is,
Yep, so on that same schedule, what's interesting is when you look at the other one, you have the 25 senior, and then you have the other 25, what is it?
transitional?
Transitional, and then there's another one that's for. Is it this one?
Emergency services or?
No, it was. Oh, senior assisted, and then senior dependent.
Yeah.
So yeah, put those first four together and that's your 260 basically. Or 560, sorry.
So since 15, we've done a lot of, like, we've completed number 1. Consistency with existing plans,
That's what we're doing now.
yeah.
But we
Number
don't-
3, we've done the first bullet. And once council adopts chapter 54, the second bullet will be,
Completed.
and then the third bullet will be completed. And then number 4 is completed.
Streamline processes.
Important.
We need
That's
to-
a work in
Yeah,
progress.
fires in progress.
But we're always trying to at least help them through the process. If we could waive these fees, that would be good. But the problem is when we own the land, we can't do our own permitting, so if they go permit new construction, the state's not gonna waive it.
Right.
Well, unless we actually enter into an agreement with the state as a whole that says any housing developments are,
Which the governor might go for, truthfully.
she's, in this instance, yes. very much so.
You know, we used to have an impact fee. Did you know about that? In Rio Doce, yeah, we were almost $6,000 if you wanted to break ground. You had to pay that up front.
I'd like to see number 7.
Thank God they got rid of it.
You had to have it completed within a year, wasn't it?
Well, they'd give you an extension, but
Yeah, but then you had to pay more.
Impact fees have always been a bad word because they've been used improperly in so many places. But if you use impact fees correctly, most of your infrastructure gets paid through impact fees. And so when you have that person that's arguing suddenly about why can't they get on sewer or water, now your impact fees go directly towards funding infrastructure development. If we tell everybody that ahead of time and say, every house that comes in, you will be on sewer and water, big difference. So, because it's almost an expectation, right? Well, wait a minute, why, I mean.
paying that fee and not on it, right?
I have 3 properties, how can I not get on sewer planning and zoning, that makes no sense. But again, they were used as a slush fund for the most part, which upset tons of people.
Mm-hmm. You weren't here then, huh, Sam, when we got rid of that?
No, I wasn't.
It was
And
right
that's
before,
why
though.
We had availability to connect to the city sewer. I had just ran the line after the Swallow fire, and, the impact fee was so high, I was like, no. So once they did away with the impact fee, then I connected to the
Right,
city.
many people were like
Cause
that.
that was crazy, on top of the impact fee, they wanted us, we had to have a grinder pump, and so that was $4,000, just the pump. And then you had to pay, someone to.
Right,
connect
or
us.
Austin can put a septic in for 12,000, so.
But see, that's when you turn around and say, why don't we look at little communities, and neighborhoods? So we're gonna be challenged. There's a possible annexation that's happening due to, resources. And so the question is, can we be annexed and can you provide resources in the form of infrastructure to us? We said yes, but you have to understand that you have to pay for that infrastructure. And so the neighborhood basically said, if we come together as a neighborhood with X amount of homes, and we all agree to an excise tax that pays for this over the next X amount of years, which is whatever we finance it at, then yes, of course, we get the guarantee from the excise tax. We can go in and do the infrastructure, and we'll get the loan, and say, okay, loan is X amount of money to do water and sewer, we connect them, we pay for that. Our debt service is being paid off of the public improvement district, and that's the excise tax placed on each home that they're gonna have to pay.
Alto was, a lot of it was dirt roads until about 8 years ago, and they did something similar to certain subdivisions where it was 14,000, and then they put in all the roads. And you could either pay it off slowly, or you definitely paid it off when you sold the property, one of the two. And they actually foreclosed on a couple people who never paid
Some
it.
people turned it back.
But it was a benefit. Now that we look forward and they're building so many houses down there, it was a mess in the old days trying to cut through on dirt roads and go to different places, so.
Well, and so one of the biggest things I see as a benefit to PIDS is let's say you're doing a 200 home development, right? If every home has an excise tax that's placed on it, we have dirt roads in a lot of places. That goes into infrastructure. That goes into water, that goes into sewer, and then on top of that, there's allowables within the PID that can say, okay, we want green space or buffer space or walking space and trails. That also goes into the community, and so when you build that into a home, the price of the home, whatever the market value is, plus the excise tax, you as a buyer, or I as a buyer, come in and say, wait, I'm gonna buy a home that's marked at 600,000 with no amenities. I'm gonna buy a home that's marked at 620,000 for all of these amenities. Or I'm gonna pick this one because it has everything I can do. So
The difference between seat 24 and sitting in first class. And people ascribe to it. They want that kind of living, so they have no problem paying for it.
And in this area, I don't think you'll have an issue with those kinds of amenities. One of the biggest things people are trying to do now is connect to sewer, connect to water. How do we provide that for the homes that we just bought? And so those are the biggest issues that we face today.
When we were first seeing the PIDs, we felt like it was government enforced stuff, but now looking at it again, it's a wonderful thing. It's really helped a lot of Albuquerque and Bernalillo, all those places, so.
Redoing, commercial areas, with the use of bids, which is the business.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, right? So the excise tax goes on the business. Yes, they pay extra taxes. However, you can pass that on to, especially in tourism areas, you can pass that on to the user. And so they are in fact paying for the upkeep of the use of Midtown. And so everyone always thinks that's a bad thing or a bad word because it's like, oh, I don't want to see increased taxes. You're right, you don't, especially if it impacts you directly. But if you can pass that tax on to the true user, or people who are coming there, and it's in an area, you can redevelop that area so that it actually benefits the community.
Yep.
Because here's the reality, for every time we improve a shop, every time we improve a street, every time we improve a sidewalk, every time we improve anything
Yep.
One of the biggest things that we have is that we are one of the cleanest communities that people visit. Because of that, people are starting to spend more. However, you may notice the comments, especially on social media, wow, this is looking older, or wow, my nephew is special needs, he's in a wheelchair. I can't go through Midtown, period. And so my sister's like, what do I do? And I said, let me park here, or go here, and so I have to help her maneuver through Midtown. One of the, new board members on the league is wheelchair bound. And I said, oh yeah, we're gonna come, and she's like, well, I'm not going out there. I said, why not? And she said, I can't get around. She knows that the access is gonna impact her.
Right.
So how do we as a community look at those things and make those improvements? Because more people will end up coming, right? And so, again, the investments need to be made, and we can make those changes, but unless we provide the resources or collect the resources, in this case the funding, and have a plan in place to actually make the changes, we're gonna continue to lose that group of people, or we're gonna continue to turn away that group, because we're not accessible. So, just as a small example, right?
Well, case in point, at the library, I was going into the door and a lady called me, she says, could you please hold it open? She was on 2 crutches, she could not get in,
Yes.
you know?
We just did a quote for accessible, doors at the library, so we're gonna go after putting those in.
Oh, good.
Because of that issue.
Yeah, but like you said, in a wheelchair, where are you gonna park in Midtown?
Yes,
Because one way or another, you're gonna either have to go up the hill or down the hill, and either one is probably easy with a wheelchair.
So, how do you make it accessible? Where are your handicap spots? Do we put them in parking zones? Do we create a parking garage that has an elevator that possibly goes all the way down to the street level? There's a lot of different opportunities, and that gets paid for. People are like, they see dollar signs, and it's like, it's so expensive to build. But yeah, but if you have $1 to $4 million in estimated revenue coming in, big difference, right? So, okay. Y'all ready? Key
Yeah.
priorities. Do
Okay,
you have any?
Couple.
Who wants to go first? Start with Todd on this thing.
Well, some of them are on here, so the first thing I wrote down was plan for developing unused properties, which is really kind of number 10.
Okay, so if you want, put number 10 on a sticky, and I'll know what you mean.
And it's a little different than number 10, but it's close to number
So
10.
I'll put
so-
yours and 10 on there, and we can kind
Okay.
of look at those. Same thing?
yeah.
Okay. Anyone else with that kind of approach?
I have village properties, village-owned properties.
Yeah.
I have village land acquisitions.
Yeah, and that's
Acquisitions or
what 10
develop-
is
that's
too.
different. That- yeah,
Okay.
Well, that's what 10 says, to acquire lots, that are affordable and most cost effective. So it's a little bit of an enhancement of
Okay, so
10.
we can do a combination of 10. Let me,
Okay.
go ahead and do that one.
And then I have this other one, MUD neighborhoods, wouldn't that go about the same place? Multiple use development?
I think that might be different.
Okay.
Because that's gonna go into a planning function, I think.
Okay, okay.
What else do you have?
I did, well, it's almost number 7 again. So create private-public partnerships, create new opportunities,
Okay.
which is number 7, so
Good deal.
more or less.
Public-private partnerships? No, okay. So what we'll also do is, as part of the overall document, we'll attach this document as a table, so that we can still use it. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Who's next?
Develop infrastructure to benefit the entire village, not just,
Okay.
the sewer's not going in the river anymore at that point.
Anyone else with develop infrastructure as a key
So
priority?
it's definitely an important thing.
I selected number 11 from.
Yeah, I think that's number 11, isn't it?
Okay, number 11?
Yep. Well, number 11 is to assist individuals with infrastructure and development.
Make a combination of or change it. Can you put each number on a different slide? This was, we said number 11, right? Was this one?
11's infrastructure.
creating, MUD zoning, multiple use in our commercial buildings downtown and areas where there's land where we could add in senior citizen living and affordable housing and some site built, like the land behind the middle school,
Okay, so I think I am, the more I think about it, I think I am gonna put it under this.
Okay.
I also have identify areas/properties with potential to be used as long-term housing.
Same column.
So number 14 to me is interesting. And so 14 is rehabilitation, replacement of existing structures. The village will work with nonprofit organizations to establish funding for rehabilitation and replacement.
I think that is 14, so I'm gonna, can you place 14 on there, can you please? And I think that's 14.
Which sure sounds like Cree Manor.
I know.
Oh, that one really just is so disappointing
I know.
because,
Or that pink building over there where, in town.
I get called on that all the time. Oh, it's going for sale?
The pink, that's over there.
Really?
by,
I know somebody that'll pay cash
Domino's.
for it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where Domino's, that's been sitting forever.
Yeah.
Huh, so that's it? Yeah, hook me up with it. I'll text you later. Okay, I have one last one, address housing needs.
Okay?
Didn't we have a study done one time of all the properties on Meacham that were sitting empty, that could be turned? Yeah. that could have been turned.
MRA includes that study, and so how many?
That was done 3 or so years ago.
We just did it again.
Again?
Weeks ago.
We just did it a couple of weeks ago, it's updated, so we will include the MRA study as a subsection of this also.
is that is the Sudworth considered an MRA too?
That's the one we just passed. So, or, no, I'm sorry, so
Meacham.
Sudworth.
You did meet,
So Swiss Chalet on Meacham.
right.
That is one. Sudworth down to 70 is another.
Right, I knew, and that's the one did we expand it? Because they were gonna expand it a little bit further, like the borders, but,
Elevate, 'cause that's not in there.
okay.
Sierra Volca is
Yeah, that's what it
Elevate
was.
is not.
Remember, we talked about that, so, okay.
So those are kinds of things I think we should also look at, which is, it falls under this category, or widening our scope of tools.
Yeah.
So as we start to enhance special districts, as we start to look at other possibilities, those fall under that category. So all things we can start accomplishing as Sam builds her tactical plan. Keep saying battle plans. Okay, anything else?
On this one, and I think this is probably one of the successes that we did, is facilitate public education and communication on home ownership
Okay.
or housing opportunities, number 12, so.
I don't know if this is, I have educate the community on the needs and differences of workforce
Yeah, that's good.
workforce
Same
versus
thing.
low income.
We had a fair where we were educating people, but we had very few
Yeah, nobody.
turnouts.
I know.
Yeah.
But
tried it
I
several-
think we tried,
We're
but
gonna try again, aren't we?
Yeah,
We gotta just keep on trying.
absolutely.
you know what? Maybe we should do this, because it's got such a good turnout. What if we I thought about this the other day. What if we did this in cooperation with the Health Council and got some booths at the
that'd be
health
interesting.
fair? Because we get 500 people at the health
Oh, I
fair.
know.
I mean, it's big.
And what if you
so-
have, I was thinking maybe like every month, a short article in that newsletter that the village puts out, just, you know,
I think
Or-
what
or-
we should be creating a marketing campaign.
yeah, some kind of marketing campaign in there that, so the public can start getting used to, this is workforce housing, this is what just the education of the whole process and the,
So I think in order to change mindsets, we have to start a marketing campaign that addresses concerns and issues. And that changes the mentality of what we're trying to do, right? So
right,
what, you should be able to say housing and people are like, oh, it's workforce housing, oh, it's
Right.
It's,
yeah.
you say affordable
Senior
housing,
housing.
it shouldn't be affordable in the connotation of, oh, we're gonna go and, bring section 8.
Right.
Affordable housing should be affordable housing within the
Yeah.
community that people wanna buy.
Yep.
And so we have to change that mindset.
Yeah.
In doing so, I think the only way to do that is through a marketing.
Yeah, and do it in such a manner that they don't really realize that they're getting educated on.
That's the education component. I think we have to provide education. And
Build trust.
Started out with like, wouldn't it be nice to go to a restaurant and get seated in 3 minutes and then go on to, and then a couple of examples of that.
Yeah.
That's the multi-phase approach, and I think the biggest, sorry, Sam, I think the biggest piece is, everyone always asks, what's in it for me? That's the biggest question, so, you know, to James' point, yeah, what's in it for me? If I can go to a restaurant and be seated in 5 minutes, and be out of there in 55 minutes.
And get your menu, how you ordered it.
Difference, right? If I can walk into the store and not have to wait in a line on Saturday night in Albertsons for 25 minutes, huge difference. So I think those are the things that we need to start triggering on and allowing people to understand that's what we're making a difference with. It's not other stuff that you think is happening.
Right.
Anything else as far as top priorities or key priorities?
I have create incentives for long-term housing.
Okay. This was also in there.
Number 6, maybe create fees or waivers for affordable housing, I don't know. No,
I think
Cancel
there's,
away permit fees on affordable new construction to reduce development costs. And that would be great if it was not a village.
What time is it?
I think this is the
3:48.
creation of special districts as a part of the incentives.
oh.
Okay.
I also have, homebuyer assistance for first-time homebuyers and maybe money from that land trust
The
or
land
whatever,
trust?
something through the village, so it's not like a federal program that,
Okay.
I'll
I'm
s-
not gonna combine these, just so you know. I think these are standalone key priorities that we have to generate. And based off of these, we'll go on to bigger stuff.
create ways to fund that housing, that land trust.
Okay. Now, this one I think goes under incentives.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah,
no,
because
This is separate. This is
funding the land
specifically.
trust itself, yeah. This one, I don't know, this one's probably already in the ordinances, but create ordinances that will give community assurances that workforce housing will be kept in good order, but that's more of a,
That's number
Maintenance.
3 of adjusting our ordinances and realigning, I think.
yeah.
So we'll put number 3 on there. Okay? What else?
That's all I have.
Do you have anything? Nope. Sam? Good? Okay.
That's
So,
not an
key
apple,
priorities.
is it?
Do what?
It's not an Apple, is it?
Yeah.
How do you have a touchscreen?
It's an iPad, not a computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was trying to figure it out.
Priorities. Is everyone comfortable with these? Yes? Okay. So what we're gonna do next is
We're gonna make
go
one by
down
next
to our
year.
goals. We're gonna try and identify 4 goals, okay? 4 big goals that encompass all of the stuff that we've discussed. That's gonna be difficult.
Yes.
Well, it seems like our biggest goal is increase,
Housing.
Creating
Housing.
housing, right. That's the,
Okay, so
yeah.
it's a goal.
so we got one of them knocked
And
out.
our strategies underneath it will accomplish it. Our key priorities are gonna be based on how we create our strategic initiatives to accomplish everything. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
So, let's do 5 minutes.
That's the word of the day, huh? Create.
Establish. Whichever one you wanna do with it. Y'all are good. Getting cut up on time.
Just as long as I get out of here before dark. I
Yes,
can't see.
ma'am. You all have done a lot of work, just so you know.
We do know.
That's why my head hurts.
You guys have a check for us, right?
Did you get your vest?
Yeah, that, I know. See, today you're earning that vest.
Right.
Just so you can see what other housing unions are doing, I'm gonna read a couple of goals off, and some are in here as well. But preserve and expand affordable housing by balancing innovation with risk prioritization, resources, and being responsive and equitable. Build and maintain housing that meets the needs of households of all sizes and backgrounds. Collect, monitor, and communicate agency outputs and outcomes, and make data-driven decisions. Ensure residents and participants can successfully access benefits from opportunities and services services and financial support through collaboration with community partners and property and neighborhood scale. So those are some of the larger pieces. Where we're gonna go with that is, so like the preserve and expand affordable housing by balancing innovation with risk. So some of the strategies to do that are like preserve, invest, and leverage, and integrate community needs and assets. Incorporate innovation in construction materials, techniques, and designs in new existing properties. Plan for successful, long-term sustainable operations. Plan future development. So our strategies are gonna accomplish our goals of trying to achieve the key priorities generically. So you may group a bunch of those that fall under certain categories and put them together. In a higher level, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of guidance on this. So like your goals, so that you're not thinking about words or sentences. So like goal 1 could be like risk and resources. Goal two might be affordable housing, period. Goal 3 might be the impact of that. Goal 4 might be people, and how you impact those people, right? So it could be created. So if the goal is people, the actual sentence is ensure residents and participants can successfully access and benefit from opportunities and services to address diverse needs and goals, right? So just so you get an idea of how we're breaking this out. I apologize, we're kind of whipping through this part because this is that tail end and we should have another day.
I got the sun coming in right and bouncing off that table. Oh, there you go. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. So we can do that, or I can ask you a different question. Do you want to rush through this? I know you're tired. Do you want to regroup in the new year and really come back and knock this out and put time into it? Or we can finish today, option 2, or we can do high-level stuff, and Sam and I can kind of put together some stuff, and then we can bounce it back to you at another meeting. It's all dependent on what you want to do. This is a very aggressive schedule for Yeah.
1 day.
Is that gonna mess up your other schedule if we met for 2 or 3 hours after January 1st with you having to do a lot of these already?
You know, her and I will just have to figure out a different day.
Because I think it's as important enough that you guys can streamline and give us some good bullet points and we
Yeah.
can come back and fine tune the whole thing in just a couple hours. Instead of trying to do it email and everything else.
Yeah.
So we can create another special meeting, you can come in, we can knock out 2 or 3 hours, either morning or afternoon, and go over what it is that we're doing.
So you'll have a summary of what we have.
We're gonna
Talked about.
actually have more of a outline
Yep,
of everything
yep.
we did, so you can see it.
Yes.
And we can do one of 2 things, you can start or we can finish. In 3 hours and another day, I think you'll be fresh and we can knock it out. And we can provide you the summary at that point of what we want
I think that'd be better. I'm having a hard time.
I know.
I know.
We did good though, you guys. We really did good.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, so then, with that.
And plus maybe
Let's get our
Nathan.
points in we did though, just now at least.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
So let's do goals and,
You're tired
I
too.
know,
okay,
because we really don't have that much time.
We'll hand you
I
two
mean, it's
papers
4
at a
o'clock
time if you'd
already.
like better instead of walking
Yeah.
back
I
and
can
forth.
do that.
Have another meeting.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we've got increased affordable housing opportunities and,
Both went to
and
one.
both rental and ownership,
I have that.
okay,
I have create more housing.
That's what I have too, creating housing.
okay. Creating housing,
And I also have create living wages.
okay, affordable housing and living wages, okay. And then this one is identify funding to assist with private development. Private development?
I have create partnerships.
Yes, I think that's key. Anything else? No? Okay. You have anything, Sam?
Yes, I have the create partnerships.
Let's do that one. Okay, what else? Next,
Create a funding source for the housing trust fund.
okay. Housing trust funds, anyone else?
That's a great one though.
No.
That's very important. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
I'm hopping around them.
I have identify and acquire properties for new development.
Okay, identify properties, acquire properties?
Yeah.
Is that?
What is one of
I,
the things?
I don't have it, but that's one, so.
Okay.
I have
Do you have any next thing?
marketing of housing.
Marketing, educating.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
No, but that's a good one. That's,
What else?
Adding workers and employees for our community.
Okay. Workers and employees.
That's the end goal, really.
right. It's true.
But you have to pay them so they can afford
Mm-hmm.
to live here, rent, buy.
I'm gonna group it with the living wage piece.
Yeah, I think that,
Okay.
Do you think
That's
that's
fair.
important?
Yep. And then the last is addressing the current and future needs of our community.
Okay. So current-
Right. I think that's important that we,
housing needs?
Yeah.
Housing needs, yeah.
we can't just like build what we need now without a plan for
For the future.
the
Exactly.
future.
Mitchell Meadows was a drop in the
I'm
bucket.
gonna put it with this,
Yeah.
businesses identifying, current and properties for new development.
Okay.
So we're gonna have that impact piece. Okay, anyone else?
Facilitate landlord education. I don't know.
I think that's part of the marketing component for everyone. It's education, well, is that, is that what you were thinking?
I was thinking specifically like, because we get a lot of calls and the building officials will have to go in and tell them how they can bring their.
So if we have, I see where you're going, I'm sorry. If we have a bigger component that's education, and the marketing is one of those strategic components to achieve the education, would that fit your model? Would that fit your?
Yeah, I think even just being able to provide, resources where they could go to for improving their rental units.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is, we'll take these.
I came up with a new one. Sorry. Incentives for our owners to switch from short-term to long-term.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this under, okay, this.
That would be a great
This
goal.
is actually a strategy,
Okay?
but we will put it on here and come up with one of those components on where.
All right, because that would be something we should work towards.
Yeah.
And I actually think it falls under incentives.
Okay.
in general.
Very good.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
people say
so what
they
we're
need
gonna do now,
50,000
we'll go ahead
a year.
and close out. We'll take all of the information that we have. On this one specifically, we'll kind of come back and create those general goals so that when we do have a meeting, you'll have a, outline of what we've done. And then you'll have this to finish off. We'll knock out the last couple of goals and strategies, and we should be good to go.
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good.
My only deal, I'm gonna be gone January 20th through 27th, so as long as we can get it in before then.
We will send you out some dates and see
Okay.
when we can kind of regroup and go from there.
Perfect.
have a snow date too.
I just want to say thank you for participating. Thank you for really putting in a strong effort into this. What you all put in is what you get out, right?
Yeah, thank you.
I